Danful offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshe traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.
Peace, family. We are live again on this cold, flurry. I don't want to say snowy, but we're having flurries here in Atlanta, where I'm at. Afternoon. I don't like the snow. I don't like the cold. And yeah, that's what's going on right now. So everyone, please hit that like button again. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. Got a couple. We have the footage that NATO won't show. Where's the footage? Hey, put the link to the footage. Again, put the link to the footage in the chat room. I want to see the footage. I would love to see the footage. So please put the footage, put the link to that in the chat room. But guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Don't be a stranger. Again, do not be a stranger. If you're here, join the family. Again, join the family. Please do. Would love to, have you guys come and join the family. Got a couple of announcements. Announcement is, let's see here. We're rolling to Cape Town, March 25th through April 2nd. March 25th through April 2nd, we're rolling to Cape Town. Also, we are rolling to Senegal in May 9th through the 18th for the Jazz Festival. If you're interested in joining us, please visit danfo.africa. Again, please visit danfo.africa to learn more. We will love to host you. We're then rolling to Nigeria in August 2nd through the 11th. Zanzibar in September, that's September 20th through the 29th. And then Ghana and Ivory Coast in November. So if you're interested in joining, please visit danfo.africa, which is right here. Bam. That's danfo.africa right there. Come and join us, and we'll have a great time in Africa. Again, we will have a great time in Africa. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat room. If you guys don't know, there was an attack at the Niamey International Airport in Niger. And I sometimes I just don't understand. That's why, so Niger, the junta, I don't want to call them the junta because they're they're the government in charge, but whenever the government in charge takes over via a coup and not a democratic election, people call it the junta. But the Niger is saying that France Cote d'Ivoire, who is pretty much France's child. I don't know what the correct term was. They do the doing of France. They serve the best interests of France. They do the dirty work for France. That is the headquarters of Africa, West Africa, Cote d'Ivoire. And then I think they were saying Nigeria. In fact, let's pull up the news segment that went into detail on that. But it's interesting. It's very interesting because it was a terrible attempt at stealing uranium. Again, it was a terrible attempt at stealing uranium. Now, why do they want the uranium? I think with the uranium, you can make nuclear weapons, I believe. Can somebody help me in the chat room? Again, I think it's I think you can make nuclear weapons with uranium. Am I right, you guys? And they're also selling it on the international market. You can do a lot of stuff with nefarious things with uranium, from my understanding. Here we go.
Niger's military ruler, Abdurrahman Tiani, is vowing retaliation for what security sources described as a terrorist attack on Niamey's international airport on Wednesday night.
Man, where you been, boy?
Of France, Benin,
hold on.
sponsoring the attacks. He did not offer any evidence to back the assertion.
We remind the sponsors of these mercenaries, notably Emmanuel Macron, Patrice Talon, Alassane Ouattara. We have listened to them bark enough. They should also prepare to hear us roar.
Long live the revolution!
Niger State TV reported that one of the assailants killed was a French national, though it offered no proof. The offices of the three presidents could not immediately be reached for comment. Tiani also thanked Russian troops stationed at the base for defending their area. Since seizing power, Niamey's military rulers, like those in Mali and Burkina Faso, have cut ties with Western powers and turned to Moscow for military support against insurgencies. Authorities say that a large uranium stockpile at the airport had not been affected by the attack. Reuters sources estimate that about 1,000 metric tons of so-called yellow cake was moved to the location last year. That is after Niger seized control of a key mine from French nuclear firm Orano. Yellow cake is a powdered form of uranium that can be processed to make fuel for nuclear production. Satellite imagery showed damaged buildings and facilities at the army base after the attack. The incident briefly raised security concerns around the airport, a sensitive site in a country grappling with militant violence. Officials said calm had returned to the city, and daily life in the capital of about 1.5 million people was largely unaffected.
Yo, where you been?
Oh man, I've been here, man. Hey, I've been here, bro. Hey, watching you.
Okay. You haven't been coming on the panels lately. People been asking for you too.
Oh man, I've been trying to fall back from the panels because I see a lot of people, the news that like what you speaking on right now. Shit, these folk ready to march to France, man. These folk is ready for smoke with anybody that's willing to come with it.
But see, Cuddy, we need you on here because you're on ground. You're on the ground. So, just you ain't got to peep your head in all the time, but just peep your head in and keep us up to date what's going on the ground because you're on the ground.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's why I popped in today. I've been wanting to get up with you, but shit, man, the hours. I think
you like what 6 hours? I think you like 6 hours.
5 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
So my time be a little thrown off, but I be sitting back watching, man. I'm falling asleep, and I be like, damn, I wanted to jump on the panel, but
All right, so Cuddy, question. We were the topic yesterday or the day before was Burkina Faso dissolve all the opposition parties. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, politics for what? All politics is crooked.
Okay.
So use them for what? They don't want to do nothing but scam you. Politics ain't nothing but a fancy fine dining word for scammer. Scammer, professional scammer. That's it. So yeah, they like, and everybody agree with it. Ain't nobody tripping. You know, it need to go back to uprightness anyway. So hopefully Burkina Faso could be setting an example for the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the politics around here, man, you get smacked in your mouth trying to talk politics. This is revolution. We ain't worried about no politics. They ain't worried about no politics. They ain't worried about doing no business with Donald Trump. Them look, these folk is self-sufficient. eBay didn't change the whole country in 3 years, bro. I'm talking about from the educational system all the way to the agricultural system. Industrial revolution is the goal. This whole year, he say this year when he gave his speech, this year, get money. Get money, industrial revolution. So I hope the rest of Africa ready because the changes are happening. Like I'm saying, like I still seeing private jets flying in and out every day. That means it's money coming in. Money coming in, people cutting deals. My Lebanese folk, they don't want me to go nowhere with the jury game. Man, it's so much going on, bro. It's something I never seen in history.
Really?
If we go through history right now, I've never seen nothing like this. I'm talking about Malcolm X ain't got nothing on what's going on around here. Look, the Sahel, these 3 countries coming together, it made history already. This ain't never happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm watching, what I'm witnessing, somebody that's younger than me and you change a whole country. I mean, the revolutionary was already in their blood, but he brought it out. So one thing people got to realize too, it's not just Burkina Faso. It's 3 countries and they all cousins. They may speak, their languages may be a little different, but they all cousins. It's all family from Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and they dealing with they trader cousins, Ivory Coast right now. They just put up with them just to put up with them. But if some Ivorians come here, they might get smacked upside the head. If some Burkina Faso go there, they may get smacked upside the head. So, but they deal with them because it's family. You know what I'm saying? The tribes, the chiefs, the kings, at the end of the day, those are the ones that call the shots.
Right.
Without they approval, without they blessing, ain't no, but they like, let's go. All the the elders, they like, let's go. They like, let's go. Yeah, we got the young folks riled up. They ready. Yeah, they like, let's go. And I'm gonna land with that. I'm gonna land with that. I know.
So what's word on the street when it comes to what happened in Niger?
Man, that's fresh in America. The problem, everybody problem. I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna say white supremacy. Everybody problem. It is what it is. And they blame it, and they blame Islam. They blame Islam just because it go back history to the Crusades. Islam versus Christianity. It go all the way back through history. But that's white supremacy's way of saying, "Oh, you got Islamic extremists." Nah, it's whatever God you praying to. Trump, that's the extremists because they the only ones shooting bombs and paying dope fiends to go blow up stuff. Because you do got dope fiends in Africa, y'all. I hate that. Right. Them is dope fiends. Those ain't no Islamic extremists. I can guarantee you that.
Okay, so those are the junkies they giving money to
go test shit up. I see pictures of them. I'm like, man, they don't look like no military. These look like dope fiends. Winos and dope fiends. Because it's plenty of winos out here, but don't nobody drink like Africans. Yeah, these are folk. These are folk. Yeah, these are folk. But yeah, they pay the dope fiends to go blow up and do stupid shit. Or they find the poorest of the poor and uneducated. So I can't really say the poorest of the poor. They displace the poor. See, because they got the planes to fly over the land to survey the land to see what minerals is in the land. So they know where the minerals at. Just like the main reason why France want Burkina Faso is not because the gold. It's because the natural mineral water that's under the Sahara Desert. They done found oceans and rivers and lakes under the Sahara Desert, which they don't put on the news. So that's why France want Burkina Faso water, because water is life. Yeah, they got gold. They still living off the gold mines, that Mansa Musa. That's the area where the terrorists was trying to take control at, or where the white supremacist dope fiends was trying to take control.
Right.
Yeah. Mansa Musa. You know Mansa Musa.
Of course.
Yeah, them mines. That's on the border. The mines are on the border of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. You know, those are the areas that the so-called terrorists were supposed to, but now they got them boys hiding in the woods, them boys coming out hungry, scared. Man, these man, boy, the machinery that these folk done got blessed with will blow your mind. Boy, China and Russia and Turkey, boy, they got some stuff. Yeah, they don't even, man, these folk ready for smoke. And I'm a land. Let me land.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Johnny.
Hey, what's going on, Linus? What's going on, Cuddy? Good to see you, bro.
Big salute, family.
I was gonna actually ask you, man, since we got you here, man. You don't see no type of like unrest or nothing like that from people or no groups or nothing like that while you out?
Shit,
you
bro,
are?
it's more wild in America, bro. But I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Anybody that look Arab, North African, because a lot of those guys are the ones. The main country is Algeria. If you look Arab, North African, now you might got a problem. Now, I see that.
No, what I mean is like
me. I don't even speak French, bro. But it was an Arab looking dude at the gas station one day, and we trying to pump gas. He thought he was gonna cut everybody. I spoke up. I'm like, boy, if you don't get your ass to the back of the line, and everybody else looking like, yeah, who what? We finna, yeah. And he just moved his bike, went on to the back of the line.
Yeah.
But yeah,
damn,
Arab, you gotta walk light. You gotta walk real light around here.
But-
You look Arab, but unrest, nah, bro. It's more unrest going on at home.
Yeah.
It's
Because I was wondering,
like,
here. I was wondering if people feel like they if they're feeling oppressed or if it's like fatigue from the whole situation and everything. But it kind of sounds like you saying, nah,
bro. They don't got to rely on nobody. But Burkina Faso
right.
cut off. Look, I can't even mail my jewelry to America. I go to the post office. No, we not mailing nothing to America. DHL, we ain't mailing nothing to America. What's the next one?
UPS, not UPS,
UPS.
But,
we ain't mailing nothing to America. Y'all cut off middle fingers to America. I'm like, what?
So can you leave, Cuddy, if you wanted to, or what?
Yeah, I could leave and come back, but new Americans, nah.
Okay.
I can go and come, but yeah, I'm blessed, bro.
That's yeah. For sure.
You know, because I'm already plugged in with the government. They done vetted me. I got businesses out here. They already know I'm one of the American revolutionaries.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to make the same mistake that all the revolutionaries that came to the continent and made their connections and then went back to America and lost their life. I'm trying not to make that same mistake. Because I know what's going to happen to me when I get back there. I know they watching.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was just you kind of answered a lot of questions, bro. We kind of had out here about the situation and what was going on and like what the purpose was. It sounded like they wanted to kind of clear it away from opposition while they kind of laid the foundation, the groundwork for a democracy, a functioning democracy or functioning system of government, whatever it might be.
Mind. Democracy.
Not democracy, mind, but I just say a functioning system of government though.
Society.
Yeah.
What's good for the people? Do right for the people. Make your people strong. Bring business where everybody can make money. Simple. It ain't hard. It's common sense. But see, when you in the white supremacy system, it mess your mind all up. Look what's going on at home, bro. Look what's going. If you in America right now, look what's going on around you. Go outside. Can you smell what them folk is cooking? I'm watching it all on social media, bro. I'm watching people go crazy. I'm getting phone calls, calling home, stressed out about family. Man,
Let me read the super chat real quick. C Robinson 93, thank you for 499 holla. My brother, can you elaborate on who's paying for the disruption? So who's behind? Is it France? Do you believe Cuddy that's behind
France, America, Europe, white supremacy? The same people that's running the government in America right now, the same people that got boats floating to Iran finna get sunk.
I don't think the boats will get sunk, but bro,
I think they're gonna get sunk, bro.
Sunk by who? Don't say Iran.
They got that boy. They got Chinese and Russian connections, bro. Russia whooping NATO by themselves in Ukraine.
Well, okay, I'll give you that, but we saw what happened in Venezuela. Them weapons didn't.
Venezuela was Rudy Poo. This ain't Venezuela. Iran is not Venezuela. Nah, Iran ain't Venezuela, bro.
Okay.
They was in and out. Yeah, they was in and out.
Yeah. Go ahead, Skywalker.
Greetings to the panel. Greetings to my brother over there in Burkina Faso, Cuddy. And like I was saying the other day, and Cuddy pretty much just confirmed it. Usually when we think about politics, at least us in the diaspora, we come from a position or the standard that we're comparing everybody else politics to. It's the West, and that's immediately a problem. If matter of fact, even if you go by Malcolm X's famous quote, "By any means necessary," right? We shouldn't be saying anything about what Ibrahim Traore did by dissolving the political parties. When he dissolved the political parties, his reasoning for dissolving the political parties was that they sow division, and nothing could be more true. They sow division. If you cannot want to be or promote the unity of black people and say that you're all for the unity of black people and you want black people to come together, but at the same time you're supporting division, which is different political parties. And different political parties doesn't mean that people's opinions are going to be suppressed. You can have that same position in one party. You can introduce different ways of coming at things or interpreting things by being in the same party as other black people. That doesn't necessarily mean that your opinion is being suppressed, right? And going back to I guess the topic here about Niger, I find it real strange that Niger had an airport attack, like literally either the same day or the day after they had invited the EU to come and negotiate with them. If I'm not mistaken, the European Union was in Niger about 2 days. Was there Mali? Oh, it was Mali. Okay. I thought it was Niger, but okay then. But either way it go, right? I'm not surprised at the airport attack. I agree with Cuddy. It's not just France, it's white supremacy. It's anybody who has an interest in destroying African interests. So that is what it is. But like I say, I celebrate Traore's move to eliminate political parties there. And if you ask me, the entire continent of Africa needs one party, like the entire country of China has one party. It's just too much division. I mean, it's so much division. Oh, you believe? I mean, look at South Africa. South Africa got all these parties and ain't nothing being done. The white people still control all the land, and the black people are still there, scuffling, right? So, congratulations to Ibrahim Traore's elimination of political parties. That doesn't mean that he's a dictator. It just means that he's a conscious black brother and realizes what these Western approaches to politics are doing to black people. You got all these different so-called politically conscious people who claim to be politically conscious, but they got all these different views on how we need to move forward, and they prepared to fight wars and kill each other if their views are not adopted. So, like I said, kudos to Ibrahim Traore, and he never ceases to amaze me on what he's doing. And anybody who tends to disagree with this, in my opinion, like I say, they're just adopting a Western form of politics, and this is one problem that we need to get away from. And like I mentioned yesterday, when we go to these colleges, we need to go for universal sciences, math, engineering, aerospace engineering, yada yada yada. But if we go for politics is not a universal science. It's not a universal science. What's good for one group is lethal to the next group. So we need to stop doing it. We need to stop bringing these foreigners, sociology and their politics and their psychology at that into our homes and trying to apply them to our problems. Dr. Amos Wilson, one of the greatest thinkers of the 20th century, warned us about this. Yet we continue to do it. And then we want to call a leader who is against that, want to call him a dictator. In a sense, you got the same narrative as the colonizer has. The colonizers calling him a dictator. I mean, so anytime you on cue with the colonizers, anytime you saying the same thing the colonizers are saying, you need to evaluate what you're talking about. And secondly, the last thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna yield, is if we need to be adopting any kind of Western philosophy, I think it would be Friedrich Nietzsche, who talked about the will to power. He said that the will to power was intrinsic in all animals, all creatures, even ants follow a will to power, right? And he said that we need to, he advised the white people to stop adopting morals. He considered morals as the rules of the weak. He considered what was good, what was for the powerful. So any type of moral for the slave, they shouldn't have anymore. They put themselves in that position because they're weak. And this is the philosophy that philosophy students, mind you, I got a degree in philosophy and also in law, but Nietzsche is all throughout universities in the West.
Hey, bro, so, 20 seconds, bro.
Okay, so like I said, Black people need to continue to adopt the will to power and by any means necessary, take back their interest, whatever this means. And I'll end there.
All right, go ahead, Amar.
Hey, Dennis, let me know when I can go on.
Yeah, I will. Go ahead, Amar. Mute yourself, Amar.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Good, go ahead.
Yeah, we were talking the other day about these 3 AES countries. The number one thing, why every African are rooting for them, they want independence. They want to reduce dependencies. You see, out here in this world, if you don't have your independence, you can't control your own supply chains. If you don't have your own currency, if everything is tied to Western organizations, they got you on a leash. You see what I'm saying? That's their goal to get there. We're rooting for them so they could get there. They could achieve it. They're taking the right steps. They're in the right direction. They're making the right moves. But the achievement is something out there. It's not completely achieved yet. But this needs to be an example for the youth in Africa that we can achieve something like this. We can achieve independence of these people. France is the depleting power. Uranium is not only there for military purpose, making nuclear bombs. It's also in imaging equipment, for cancer and stuff like that. Propulsions for submarines. Then you have electricity. This is the AI time. AI needs more databases, need more electricity to move into that age. So France is really got to nail this, man. They're looking at this thing slipping out their hands. It's bothering them. They're gonna get stuck in tomorrow's industrial age if they don't make the leap into the next. This is the bigger thing right here. So everybody rooting for these boys. They're gonna be challenge to keep these guys out, but they're gonna use they got a playbook. These white people, they got a playbook. They're gonna come up with new plays and stuff like that. So it's an ongoing challenge. We're rooting for them. I mean, but these European powers. They set up the World Bank, the IMF, all these institutions. That's why they insist on democracy. Insist on this. You sign right here. So when you sign right here on the dotted line, I'm tying you to all these things. Anytime a white man try to get you to sign something, he's been practicing it a long time, and he's really good, great at it, not good. Then he'll let you come in as a rookie. That's how they keep this edge over us. You see what I'm saying? So these boys are trying to break away and have less dependencies and have their independence. You know, I'm rooting for them, but it's an ongoing battle.
They have broken the way. Got to fix.
No, they're broken away, but it's sustainability is the key. You make the move, but you got to sustain it.
That's what they.
You see what I'm trying to say? You got to sustain it till you get to your goal. Even when you sustain it, you still get challenges. These white people are going to keep on coming up with plays. You see Donald Trump the other day when China did the rare earth thing. When China about to shut the world down because rare earth goes into every manufacturing piece you need. What did Donald Trump do? He wasn't thinking about Africa. Next thing you do, he taking stakes in certain MP materials, certain firms. You see, you go down to Congo. He's made a fake signing deal with Congo so he can get access to there to get the materials. These white people need these supply chains to keep them to leap into the next industrial revolution. I'm telling you, if they get stuck out, you see, Trump went to Venezuela for oil. All these supply chains is what is needed for you to leap. Without the supply chains, man, you're going to get stuck in the Stone Age. So these boys are not done. They're going to keep coming at them. We all need to support them anyway, anyhow, because the challenge is big. It's a reason why you look at the history of West Africa. Look at even Sierra Leone, where we come from. You look at the rail line, all the mineral resources. The only reason they had a rail line there from the mines direct to the sea is because it's extraction. Ghana, for example, trying to go independent. They say, okay, IMF, we don't need you anymore. We go with our gold. Okay. Now the bank, Ghana, the main bank, started stockpiling gold. Here come the gold don't went up because Biden put tariffs on froze Russian assets. So people are moving away from the dollar. They still use the dollar, but they're not putting all the eggs in one basket. So people are turning to gold. Gold is there. So Ghana, what Ghana did, Ghana said, okay, they moved from the number 5, they were playing with it. They invested heavily into their gold refinery and they stockpiled a whole lot of gold. So the point that the IMF guy got to come over there, pushed by the white man. Say, hey man, you got too many gold, man. You gotta sell some.
We got to pass the mic in 20 seconds. All right, go ahead, Elvis.
All right, thank you, Diners, and hello to the panel. Good to see you, Cuddy. Look, let me say this, right? When it comes to the issue of democracies in Africa, especially in West Africa, we'll take a case with Burkina Faso. In 2014, there was a popular uprising of the Burkinabés who wanted to get, Blaise Compaoré out of office after, 27 years of rule. They went in the street, they pressured him. He left the country, fled to Ivory Coast. They held elections in 2015. You have Marc Christian Kabore, who won the presidential elections. And Burkinabés were happy that they got a dictator out of there and they elected their own president that the majority of the country wanted. So that was something that they thought, was right for them, that they didn't want to be ruled by one, government or one person and dictated to by one regime for 27 years. They also had a successive election in 2020. That one was rife with corruption and alleged cheating, and eventually he got toppled by the military, and that military that toppled him was then toppled by Traore. So Burkinabés actually like democracy. It's not something that they're against. It's military rulers who tend to see democracy to be something of a hindrance to their power. And if anybody is West African in Italy, who's lived in West Africa under dictatorships, they understand that it slowly rolls into, oppression of the people, especially when it's a military rule. So it's fine when people say, "Oh, Africa don't need dictator," they don't need democracy. You can have a one-party rule, you know, and that and it will be fine. But they don't understand that is a sliding slope. So that's the one issue there. The second issue is the terrorists, right? You have terrorists in Niger, in Burkina Faso, and in Mali. Well, the Tuaregs are maybe not terrorists; they're more like a separatist group. But there's something that they all have in common, and they want to
They're from
establish
Nigeria.
Islamic.
They call it Tuareg.
Right. They want to establish, a caliphate in most in those countries. They want to impose Sharia, and they want to establish a caliphate, a more stricter form of Islam. This is what they want. So yes, France has interest in these
Dolphins.
countries. France have interest in these countries for
Stop.
sure. We can't deny it. But the terrorists in these regions also have an interest. And what they tend to do is to go to the most valuable asset within a country, try to take control of it, and then use that asset to get weapons, and to buy weaponaries that is more sophisticated and sometimes even the government. And we've seen this. So to blame it on France, sure, it's an easy thing to do, but this is a tactic that's been used by terrorists in West Africa for a long time. Even in places like Nigeria, in other places, even if you go to Angola with Jonas Savimbi, where he took, controls of certain mines and oil, fields and things like that, cut them off and then sold it to Western countries or other countries to get weapons. So that's the tactics of terrorists. They tend to capture and hold and control the valuable asset of a country and sell those assets for weaponry to sustain their wars. So what happened at the airport, I'm not sure, what the intent was because it's uranium. It's very valuable, and a lot of people fear if it gets in the hands of the wrong person, they can make a bomb that could really be destructive. So one of the things that I want to say about the West, and again, I live in the West, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite, but there was a time when many West African countries were seeing success, especially when it came to terrorist incursion in many West African countries, going as far as Ghana. Ghana had a base there. Burkina Faso, the U.S. or Western country had a base that they were collaborating with the West African countries on how to curb terrorism. And a lot of West African countries saw value in that. And the case in point is in Eastern Africa, where Kenya was able to, kind of curb Al Shabaab with the help of Uganda and the Western countries. So you could work with Western countries to curb, terrorism, especially as it's extending to expand in West Africa. Those things could be beneficial for the African population. Right now, Burkina Faso, innocent,
20 seconds over.
right now, innocent Burkina Faso are suffering from the killings of terrorists coming and raiding their villages. So getting the West out of there is good on one point, but if you can't contain
You're
and
not
fight
being
off terrorists,
realistic, man.
then you're at the mercy of those Islamists. Thank you,
All right,
Dennis. I'll pass the
go
mic.
ahead, go ahead, Benga. Benga, unmute yourself. Benga, unmute yourself. All right, go ahead, Ola. Unmute yourself, Ola. Ola, we can't hear you. So I get a shock. Ola, we can't hear you.
Diners, while you waiting on him, I want to say something about the Arabs. Man, I agree with Cuddy that matter of fact, in terms of these terrorist attacks, I mean, I'm pretty sure the white supremacists got a hand in it too, but I don't think we talk enough about the Arabs, like the UAE. I mean, if you see what they're doing in Sudan and stuff like that, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the UAE are somewhere, behind the curtains when it comes to a lot of these terrorist attacks. If you ask me, the Arabs aren't done with their invasion of Africa. They're trying to move north into the west and then eventually into the east, where they're doing that through Somalia and stuff like that. So the Arabs want to invade the whole continent. That's why I always kind of talk. Well, that's why I'm always skeptical when people get to talking about, oh, Gaddafi this and Gaddafi that. In my opinion, like I said, Gaddafi was just using Pan-Africanism as a springboard to try to invade the whole continent. We have Arab bases across the whole continent, if you ask me, if Gaddafi would have had his way. and those bases would be oppressing the black population, eventually engaging in the complete extermination of the race, if you ask me. So we need to be real skeptical of these Arabs, and eventually we got to find a way to get these Arabs off the continent.
Let me tap in, bro. Let me it's not, they look, I want to say it's a difference between the Arab, but you got to remember the Middle East is part of Africa. You know, you got to take yourself out of that white supremacy mind state. Saudi Arabia, all that, that's all African. It's African tribes that's from these countries that look like me, and I'm pretty sure look like you. You just don't see them. So it's not about Islamic extremists. It's not about that. I'm telling you exactly what it is. I got pictures of the people when they catch them. Dolphins, bro. It ain't no such thing as Islamic extremists. That's a false narrative that everybody like Elvis is using by white supremacy. It's no such thing as Islamic terrorists, bro. Let me tell you, they from they from a tribe called the Tuareg tribe, and these are the rejects, the dope fiends. They go through North Africa because they African.
No, I understand that, right? But
African. That's just where Africa. That's where the black kings from Africa made it with the European women and left babies. That's why they look light skinned. That's why they Arabs.
No, now see, I tend to disagree.
Arabs and Muslims, it's two different things.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Arab. I'm talking about the people who descended from Turkey. That's what I'm talking about. The Arabs, the people who are the former
Ottoman Turks are not
Ottoman Empire.
They're European.
The people who come from the Ottoman Empire who invaded Africa in 700 AD. That's what I'm talking about. The descendants of those people who are there, yeah, they mixed with the black people through raping, through 1,300 years of castration of the black man and raping the black woman. You know what I'm saying? So those are the people who I'm talking about.
Let me respond, please. Cuddy, to your point, Cuddy, there is such a thing. To your point, Cuddy, there is such a thing as Islamic terrorism.
And to your democracy,
hold on, bro. I just want to get my point across here.
Look how democracy has done what has done.
I hear you. Let me just make the point, please.
How has democracy helped Liberia?
Cuddy, let me make my point, please.
Really think about that.
All right, I hear you. Look,
so
down
with democracy, down with politics, man.
Hey, can I make my point, bro? So Dinus goes to Nigeria.
Guys, ask the mic to Binga. Let me talk to Binga.
Okay,
sorry, unmute yourself, Binga. Binga, unmute yourself.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Dinus. I'm in New York. I'm a long-term listener. First, I'm calling, and before you wonder what I am, I'm a big bad Nigerian. There's a lot of things I want to say. I just want to say, Dinus, I think this is probably one of the better audience you've had on your show. Everybody seems level-headed and seem to be civil, and nobody cursing and all that. And that's what kept me from really logging into your show, because it's about, yeah, we might want to have freedom of speech for everybody, but intellectualism matters, you know. So I wasn't going to just call the Wall Street guy and the other guys, or the Nigerian guy, or that just, anyway, there are a lot of characters. But I just want to ask a question to the American brother in Burkina Faso. So the president of Niger said that they're going to retaliate on Ivory Coast and Benin. So I want to ask you, what do you think?
His nose at any time.
Yeah, well, what do you think? How do you think they're going to go about that? What do you think the repercussions will be? Do you think French will get directly involved? Just your thoughts on that.
I think they learned something from Trump. I think they're gonna pull moves like Trump just did in Venezuela. They're not gonna go to war because they don't, taking innocent life and causing misfortune for the population. It ain't popular in Africa, and they've been through that. So I think these military-minded revolutionaries, remember, these boys are soldiers. These boys left the front line to come take over their countries. I need y'all to remember this now. These killers. So these soldiers, they gonna take a page out of Trump book, and they gonna send their hit squads to go bump off presidents and leaders. I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna, be wide open with just bombing innocent people. I don't think that's gonna happen. but they got the training and the help and support. Man, I'm telling you, they finna send their hit squads and go be snatching up people. And they come up for heads. They not coming to go put you.
Right, right. Well, listen, I'm really proud of what's going on in the AES. So look, I think there are two. Those guys are going to do a lot to help Africa when it comes to sovereignty. I think the other piece for Africa is Nigeria.
Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, Nigeria has everything.
Are you guys hearing me?
Just leadership right now. So
We hear you, Kadola, but somebody's speaking.
Yeah, I think Nigeria has everything except leadership right now. And I think, but of course, it's not going to look like the AES because Nigeria is a big country with over 240 groups, right? So it's going to need leadership, but it's going to come in a different way. We need to get rid of Americans and the so-called what do you call it? The so-called NGOs that are in the country. Nigerians also. The other thing is Nigerians are very delusional. They could swear everything is great where they are. They don't know. I mean, anyway, there's a lot of issues. Anyway, I will step off, let somebody get on. There's so much to say, but everybody else has a lot to say. Go ahead. But like I said, it's a good group. It's everything seems intellectual. Nobody is going crazy or anything.
Yeah, but I don't know what Cuddy was talking about when he said that there was no such thing as a Islamic terrorist.
That's why I wanted to respond to that real quick. Yeah. There is Islamic terrorism in West Africa, in places like northern Nigeria, even spilling into Niger. And these are some of the reasons that America wanted to help, because they have a global war on terrorism. And we get it. These are Western countries. They have their own interests. Sometimes it's overt, and most of the time it's covert. But to say that Islamic terrorism doesn't exist in West Africa, it's not true. And if the West leave Africa, like somebody was saying, the Arabs are going to spread, Islam to terrorism. They're going to take over these weak African countries, impose Sharia, and many Africans will be killed or forced to, convert to Islam. So,
and that's exactly what they want, Elvis. Right. And let me say this. This whole idea that the Middle East is Africa, I'm not even going to get into the weeds with it. We're dealing with invaders, the descendants of invaders, people who are practicing slavery in Libya, people who are engaging in an all-out genocide and ethnic cleansing of black people in Sudan and also in Mauritania. These people have been trying to destroy black people since they got on the continent in 700 AD when the Ottoman Empire invaded from Turkey. And yeah, people say, oh, of course the Arabs are a mixture. Or what we see, if you want to look at a pure Arab, you get to go to the Turkey or something like in some places like Tunisia and like in some places like Saudi Arabia. But they started to get a little darker because they've been raping black women since they've been on the continent. So like, like, man, the Arab is one of the main, if you ask me, the Arab is a more threat to black, to Africa than the Europeans are, right? We don't realize that the main enemy, the person who even taught the white people how to enslave.
Hold on, guys. Let me pass the mic to, go ahead, Ola Shodi. Ola Shodi, unmute yourself.
Yeah, have I mute? Am I on mute?
No, I hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. Yeah, someone said Nigerians are delusional. We're not. It's just that we've got a lot on our plate. The problem we have is that Obama did us a disservice by letting Libya happen. And all those, ISIS and Al-Qaeda from the Middle East, like Syria and all that, after they were driven out by the Russians, they had nowhere to go than to come into Libya and then down south towards the Sahara Desert. And now we're suffering it. It's not that we're delusional, but we know what's going on. But that's not why I rang. I'm sorry, I called in. I called in because of Trump. See, Trump is very smart. What he's doing is taking his time on Africa because they need the uranium. Because about 2-3 months ago, late night, I was listening to him, and he was saying something like AI is going to be the way forward now, that America is going to take extremely serious, because he's noticed that China is really moving forward. So what he wants to do is to build, like we have what do you call it? Hosting services for normal websites and stuff like that, like database administration. What it wants to do is to build AI services by itself, but it will need the electricity. The electrical capacity is going to be extremely high, because you need more electricity to run this thing. And basically, they would need cheap uranium to do that. And now what I've noticed is that now they're gradually going into the Sahel again. And I think it's today or tomorrow, they're meeting with Mali again. And gradually, they're going to start making those alliances again. Because I think America was kicked out some time ago, weren't they? So I believe that the resources, they're going to come back for it. So the Sahel states will need to play their cards very well if they really want to maintain sovereignty. Because the thing with sovereignty is that it's not because you've got AES as it is now that they're running the things. I mean, it's more than that. You need a proper army. Like, if Russia want to help them, they need to probably buckle up, because people are going to, not America, but I mean other states. Because, I mean, as we know, it's dog-eat-dog world right now. Everyone's fighting for their survival. So if you've got the resources and you can't fight it, they're going to come for it. Look at Greenland. It's open space. And Donald Trump says, I'm coming for it, whether you like it or not. You get me? So if you can't protect your stuff with military today, you're in trouble. And I think the Sahel area is actually beaming with gold. You see, gold is not just in Ghana. Ghana is the largest producer, but gold is not only in Ghana. It starts all the way from Libya, Algeria, through to West Africa, all the way down to South Africa. So the whole continent is laden with gold. And that's what Gaddafi saw and said, boy, I mean, we've got all this, so why do we have to use the dollar whilst we've got all this lying under our feet? And then we all know, I don't need to say more than we all know what happened. You get me? So I don't know how Africa's going to do it, but we'll need to find a way to create an army or something. I mean, if you look at America, for instance, a lot of the engineers and a lot of the guys, the scientists are black. The Chinese use their diaspora to build China with the help of American industries. Africa will need to tap into the black diaspora either in America, Canada, Britain, here. I know a lot of British guys are now going into West Africa. South America will need to find a way to get into West Africa and build something to protect our resources, because these resources is not for us, it's for our offspring. Because the West is going to go down and all our children our children coming, like our next generations, they're all going to have to go back into Africa somehow. You get me? So that's all I'm going to say.
Hey, and let me do Burkina Bay. Are you where are you located? Are you in Burkina Faso?
No, I'm in Canada, Montreal.
Okay, but you're from Burkina Faso?
Yeah, I'm from Burkina Faso. Yeah, my two parents are from.
I'm gonna go ahead and skip to you. Go ahead.
Oh, can I speak now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so what I wanted to say, firstly, I wanted to say what's up to Cody, right? He lives in my mother's town.
Salute my.
You're in Ouagadougou, right?
Ouagadougou, you already know. I love Kampala.
Oh, that's cool. Very good. Yeah. So what I wanted to say is that if you guys study the Haitians' history, because I'm trying to answer to the question, right? The question is if France is behind the attack that happened, all right? So if you study the history of Haiti, you guys will notice that like right after they freed up themselves, the entirety of European countries all came together to boycott them financially, all right? They were all boycotted by the entirety of Europe. So it wasn't just one European country. And yet their initial beef was against France. I don't know if you guys are following what I'm trying to tell you here, okay? So as much as like the French are expected to always and keep continuously attacking these three countries, which is the AES, right? We know that the United States is around. We know that England also is around.
Definitely.
And if I'm not mistaken, Ukraine, I think Ukraine organized like an attack against Burkina Faso not so long ago. Is that correct? Did you guys hear about this? Did you guys follow that in the news?
Yeah, they sure did.
Right. So
They
so
sent
this
some
to show
drones and
you
some money.
that exactly. So this to show you that the danger is not only coming from France. The danger is coming from the entirety.
Yeah, we
So the
lost them.
danger is coming from the entire European Union. I'm gonna land my plane.
All right. Unfiltered Truth. Go ahead, Unfiltered Truth. Unfiltered Truth. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, that this kid. I just somebody's very old, and that's why I changed my name there. You know what I mean? I'll be listening. You see, these Francophone Africans, West Africans, I call them Francophone West Africans. I don't really trust them like that. You know, I don't trust them.
Say that. That's division.
You see, these Francophone are far more French than the real Africans. You know.
That's not true, Kadola. That's not true.
They're more revolutionary. The Francophone Africans seem to be more revolutionary.
Well, Francophone Africans are the three Sahel countries that are doing good now.
Forget that revolutionary what you try to sell. Forget it with them. These people are more collude with French than any other thing. If not Ouattara, it will be somebody from Niger. The guy they just dropped from Niger when this army came into power, he was the one dressing the bed of Macron, you know, serving him breakfast and everything. You know, so what you see right now is Africa to come as a unit to be very, very difficult. You talk about China. The Chinese have what they form what called that unity form, one country, and they form, I think, one kind of majority language. We're not there yet. You know, forget about Tinubu being the pocket of France right now because that's where it's going to take his treatment. It will be very, very difficult for us to come together because this blasting of a team, I really don't know what is going on. You know, this so-called whatever is happening now, the French take advantage of Nigeria political system. They tap in there to destabilize us so that, and it came from these people. These people know when France was doing it, but they didn't make no noise at that time. They didn't make no noise. You know, because for you to destabilize Nigeria, French can easily control the other ones. So when those jihadists were coming, those jihadists in Nigeria at the beginning. But they play into this game by our politicians who want to bring these jihadists from Mali and other places to come and destabilize Jonathan government. How did these people get these people? They came from these people. This same country now, because some of them just changed uniform, start talking about revolution and nonsense. They gave those jihadists, these are French-speaking boys that came to Nigeria. French-speaking all the way from Guinea to Mali to Niger, they Chad. You know, they came to their leaders. They were even very happy because they think they will destabilize. They can get it free. Oh yeah, they can also manipulate us also. Which Buhari was doing to them. You know, that you want me to say Africans, oh, these people, oh, they're revolutionary, they're fighting the French. No, they ain't fighting the French. These are croissant boys. These boys, they're going to eat croissant later in France. Baguette, Stockbrood. You know, these are not revolutionaries. These are guys maybe just trying to chase their own money too. You know, they're not helping the people. It's all joke. Just joke. Just that way the other one in Benin also doing his own thing, that rich man there. Africans are just dancing some kind of dance really I don't understand. You know, we're very weak. We can't even protect ourselves. One of them invite Russia to come and protect them. You know, just check which country in Africa or West Africa protect themselves. No, none of them is there.
AES.
What
I don't know where
yes?
you from.
Well, man,
I don't know where
damn,
you from.
hold on, bro. Hold on. You talk about 12,000 soldiers.
Nah, I'm talking
You know,
about a
you talk about
million. Shit.
12,000
This is a
soldiers.
dumb
See
dribble.
the
This makes
same white
no sense.
supremacy that you talking about, that boy lovers. That's who you
Man,
in
forget
bed
about
with.
white supremacy. Forget
You
about
see,
white
you ain't even got
supremacy.
no faith. You ain't even got
Forget
no
about
back.
white supremacy. These guys are just on
Fedora,
their
You
they
own
don't
got
walk
pocket.
they got
upright.
they got close to 500,000 soldiers now amongst the three nations. So you know, Burkina
So
Are
Faso
they really
alone has
fight?
done a
what I'm saying,
massive
what I be seeing on the
recruitment up to
street, the
300,000
word on
soldiers.
the streets here, a
But they
million
haven't been
man
tested.
They
army
can't
in
So
really,
years.
these guys
A
can't do
million man
nothing.
army.
You talk about 500,000 soldiers. Yeah, you can say way back as long as the French is with them. But the French also is not. The French also brought. Okay, they said they came to protect them, but they cannot really protect them fully because they know if they have to free those jihad, drive those jihadists, some of this country will be something else. You're dealing with
My
people
Bro,
mentality.
it was French speaking Africans who first kicked the French ass in the Haitian Revolution. You got to think
Yep.
They're
about it,
not
bro.
kicking us.
It was
They're not kicking
francophone
us.
speaking Africans that first
They're not.
waged war against the
Look,
colonizer and
look.
straight up kicked their ass. So you got to
Let
give a
me tell you.
francophone speaking African they credit, bro. They're
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
ones out here
You
actually
can
Well,
say
engaged in that
not all
revolution.
of them. Not
you
all
can
of them.
say
You
as
gotta
the
give
way
Haiti ethnic credit. That's
you can say
Burkina
it 100
Faso,
times
Mali,
you
and
know
Niger.
as you want it.
The
that's
only
true
Bagbo,
to a
ethnic
degree,
Well, I'm talking about the
Skywalker.
philosophers too. People like Frantz Fanon, people like Toussaint Louverture, Jacques Dessalines, Aimé Césaire. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got a lot of
look,
forward-thinking francophone-speaking Africans too, not just like the ordinary African. I'm talking about the
Well,
intellects too.
one thing they love is they love the French language and they love the French culture. They love
no,
it.
thank you very much. This guy just
They would
mentioned these
talk
men
they
that
would
fought
talk
long time
down on
ago.
Anglophones for even
That's a
speaking
lie.
English in their countries. So they
Have
love
you
that
ever seen
French
them?
language, and I think that's the
Have
point
you
that
ever seen
Fedora is
them?
getting to. They're
They
attached to
look
the
at us
French
like,
culture
Not
and
to
the
mention
language.
Kim
They don't
Seba.
really want to detach
Yo, can I
themselves from
speak
it.
to that?
Knowing French
Can I
just
speak
help
to
get
that? Because
money.
I'm a
That's it.
francophone.
Ain't no
Can I speak to that,
hold
guys?
on.
Because
Let
I'm
me
a
give me 2
francophone,
seconds
guys.
to wrap up.
Gotta
Give me
give
2
I
seconds
am
to
a
wrap up.
francophone. Can I speak to that?
Hold on. Let me
Give me
do this.
Can I speak to that?
Hold on. Unfit the truth. You got 30 seconds. I got to pass the Shaka Zulu,
Thank
and
you,
then after
thank you.
that,
You see,
yeah.
some of them here
Can I speak to
speaking
your
because
criticism against the
they have never
francophones?
come encounter because,
I'll pass to you, Burkina Bay, but let him finish. I got to pass the Shaka Zulu. He's been waiting.
because they never come encounter with the francophone speaking Africans. When you come close to them, you encounter them. That's when you understand these guys, brothers are not really brothers like that. They look at you very strange. They they hate you to the core because you speak that English. They're not really free. These are guys who dance to the French music and love the French. Charles de Gaulle is their grandfather, is their papa. They see French as the fatherland, not Africa where they stay. Thank you, Dennis.
Parlez-vous
All
français?
right, guys. Let me pass the Shaka Zulu. Then I pass it to Burkina Bay. Then I pass it back to Cuddy. Go ahead, Shaka Zulu.
Yeah, what's good? How y'all doing, man?
No, we're good.
Yeah, listen, man.
Oh, this is my guy from New York. You changed your name, but go ahead, Shaka Zulu.
No. I mean that's AKA. But
Not
listen,
me.
man.
Go ahead.
Listen, man. I don't understand, man. Y'all brothers gotta stop distorting history, man. Y'all gotta ask yourself, and if you know history, how did we get in this position, man? Everybody running around talking about white supremacy, but was it the white people that first conquered Africa? Or was it the Arab or the quote unquote Asian, man? Now Africa has two problems, man. Naivety and Islam. Those are Africa's two major problems, man. You know the Asian, you know what I'm saying? Cuddy wanna talk about, oh, Saudi Arabia and this and that is black or whatever. But yo, you don't control none of that territory, family. Them brothers, them Arabs or Asians, aka whatever you want to call them, man. They done took the whole of North Africa. The whole of North Africa, man.
They've been there.
They got you squeezed in a sandwich, man. You the bologna in the middle, man. They the bread and the cheese on top, man. They got you squeezed in, man. The problem with these brothers, man. The problem with y'all brothers, man. Y'all ain't recognize the battles that y'all done lost, man. How was Mali defeated in the ancient empire? Because of Arabism or Islam? How was Burkina Faso, Timbuktu, Ghana, and they was all defeated by the Islams and the Arabs, man. How was Egypt, Kemet conquered? They was conquered by the Syrians first, then the Persians came through. You know what I'm saying? They had the little skirmish with the Jews or whatever, whatever you want to call them or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
What part of history is this you talking about?
Okay,
my
so
Amos Wilson, brother.
Now you're not
Speak
as
the truth,
smart
bro.
as I
no,
thought you had.
I'm not trying to listen, brother. Let me
Come on,
finish,
man.
man.
You're not making
Let
no
him
sense.
finish. Let him finish.
I'm not trying to be smart, man. I'm just going according to what I see, man. And
Yeah,
what
man.
I see, 1/4 of the continent, maybe 1/3. I would say 1/3, because you got most of West Africa is Islamabad. The north, of course, is controlled by Islamic regimes, and of course, East Africa
Islam is
done
all
been.
over Africa, bro.
East
I don't
Africa
know what
done
you
been.
see.
You know what? This is why I don't call into these sessions, man. Because y'all refuse to understand history, man.
Because you talking.
Okay,
That's not
all right. Let me
history.
ask you a question.
You make your own history. You
All right,
making
no,
up stuff.
hold on. Let me finish. Let
Nah, everything
me
you just
ask you
said is
one.
true, bro.
Nothing you saying. You can't put no dates. You
All
can't
right,
do
let me.
nothing. Talking about
No,
history.
I'm not a
Bro, you need to read
historian,
some
man.
Chancellor Williams, Cuddy. You need to read Chancellor Williams, bro.
All right, but let me ask you a question, man. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Was Sudan not one country?
Upper Egypt.
It was, man.
I asked you a question. Until 2011, was Sudan not one country?
It was. We get it. Go ahead, bro.
Why did they separate? Yeah. Why did they separate? And
Because the domination of the Arabs
because the
from the
Arabs
northern
were
part
killing
of
the
the
black
country,
people.
And why do the
and the
Arabs?
Nilotics in the south.
Why do the
Because
Arabs
the Arabs were killing the black.
Why do the Arabs have the majority of Sudan of that whole territory, man? Why do the black the Pacific black population have the lesser, and the mixed population or the Arab population have the most? Because you know why? You know what I'm saying? I don't remember the date, but when after Egypt or whatever fell, you know what I'm saying? And when they fought that first war with the Arabs, when they made the deal, when the Arabs came through and invaded Sudan, and they got deep into the territory, and whatever king that was, or whatever kingdom that was, that made a deal with the Arabs, they decided to sell the black slaves. They decided to sell the black slaves to the Arabs because that war wasn't really won. They didn't really win that war. They
Man, he dumb as a box of rocks, making up stuff.
No, I'm trying to understand. I'm not questioning what you're saying. I'm
bro,
talking
that's
about
all true,
who
Cuddy,
were
bro.
the slaves? Who were the slaves that was sold to the Arabs after Egypt, after Nubia and Egypt? What are you saying?
Well, you gotta understand all throughout Tanzania. You got all throughout Tanzania, all throughout Kenya, Zanzibar. Yeah,
they sold their own people to the Arabs. Yeah,
Speaking facts, bro.
So is that why
that was
northern
part of
part
the treaty. That was part of the treaty. They
That's
had
true.
they had to pay them. They had to pay them like a certain amount of slaves, and they had to pay them a certain amount of and profit or whatever in order to keep the peace. You know what I'm saying? Even Chancellor Williams, man, I'm not a historian, man, but Chancellor Williams says, yo, the African is the only person that has held on to enslaving his own peoples after everybody let that shit go, man. And I pass the mic, yo.
All right, let me pass it to
he just spoke facts.
On behalf of West African Muslims, can I speak, please?
It's up to me to speak now. Right. So I wanted to speak to the cliches that you guys were bringing up against the francophones, right? I consider myself a francophone, albeit that I'm born in Canada, but because my two Burkinabe parents immigrated to the French part of Canada, okay? Because there's one province in Canada where French is spoken. So I am a fluent French speaker. I'm a Montrealer. I was born and raised in Montreal, so I speak good French, okay? So you see what you guys were saying about the francophones, like how they speak and how they think they're better than everybody and stuff like that. Those are like the old francophones, okay? And actually, it is true that French people have like, there's a high-mindedness that they have, okay? They think very high of themselves, and they simply pass that on to their subjects, okay? But not any kind of subjects though. We're talking about old school, old generation subjects, because like the older ones, like my parents and their parents, still have that colonial mind, that they're a little more colonized than the newer generation, okay? And if you guys notice, the African continent, there's more youth than like old people, all right? So the younger African, French-speaking Africans think differently. And I'll give you just one example. I met one guy from Senegal here in Montreal, in Canada, okay? He was fresh from his country. And he told me that he butchers the French language on purpose, okay? Like while speaking French, he butchers it on purpose just to show his hatred for like his colonial master, all right? And this is the mentality that the younger Africans, who are the majority of the African continent, think now. This is how they now think. They no longer have like the old colonial mentality that their parents used to have. And this is what I wanted to correct about the people that were talking about the Francophones thinking a certain way. And I'm gonna land my plane.
Diana, can I speak on Muslims in West Africa, please?
Hold on, it's Cuddy's turn, and I'll pass it to you.
All right.
Go ahead, Cuddy.
I'm hearing everybody talking about history. If I'm to believe that my history as a black man has always been a slave and never a king, then that would further make me believe that me and my people, we not the people of the book. It must be white people of the book, huh? If I'm to believe what the brothers say about black folks being slaves all through history, I want y'all to understand something.
Brother, I didn't say that, man.
Wait, let me finish.
But I did not say that. I understand, but I did not say that.
That's cool, bro. Let him finish, please.
Didn't you talk? So, like I was saying, if we are the people of the book, the chosen people, right? That means we were the first slave holders. We relinquished power to the slaves to experience evil at its wicked extent, which we are experiencing right now. So now it's time for us as kings and queens of this world to take our power again. And they're fighting because they know the history. They don't want to go back into servitude. Remember, we created them. They come from us. If we are the chosen people, the people of the book, which I'm pretty sure everybody on here want to be the chosen people of the book if you are melanated.
But we're not.
We're not. Oh, so it's a white man, Elvis?
I don't know who is, but it's not us.
Can you specify this book you're talking about?
The Quran, the Bible. See, y'all so against Islam. Do you know Islam and Christianity is one and damn near the two of the same thing?
Not even close.
Bro. Who created religion, man?
It come from the same book.
No,
so Africans created Islam originally, or they created Christianity.
Exactly.
Nope, they didn't.
Abraham.
Thank you, Elvis. Thank you, Elvis, man. Yo, Cuddy, man, yo, get your ass off this live, man.
Because
everything is pseudo with you, man. Everything is pseudo with you, bro.
Wrong, my brother.
Bro.
Hey,
You
are our Burkinabe expert next to St. James, but on history, I'm not sure about that, brother.
Hold on. Cuddy came back to the States, got his teeth fucking fixed. Excuse my language. Got his teeth fixed, and now you back in Burkina Faso talking about
Cam up, dope fiend.
Cam up,
dope fiend.
Oh, you got his teeth fixed. That's good, man. That's a come up, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
I ain't camming up, man.
I know you're not dope fiend. So shut up, because you talk like a
You
dope
got your
fiend and
teeth
you
picks.
act
Hey,
confident.
Donis, you
You got your
gotta
teeth
move to
picks
St.
by the
James, man.
judge.
He's a Burkina Faso. He's been waiting, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. St.
Right.
James is Burkina Faso. God, let me pass it to St. James. Go ahead, St. James. My bad, St. James. Let me mute yourself.
All right, thanks, Donis. Thanks for having me, and hi to the panelists. And I'm happy Kadi's here, and I'm happy I'm hearing from someone who's from Burkina Faso too. My brother from Montreal. How you doing? I'm glad to hear from you, man. It's not a lot
Hey,
of
what's
Burkina
up,
Faso.
bro? How you
I'm
doing?
good. I can't complain. It's a good day here. So I'm happy to hear from you because we've been having a lot of discourse here, and a lot of Francophone African haven't been calling lately.
I
And
actually heard you many times.
oh, you heard me
I
many
heard you
times.
many times.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and
Are you
I
Mosi?
was very happy that my mother is Mosi.
Got you, got you. What's up, Cuddy?
Yeah.
How's everything back home, bro?
Melowana, Sakoma,
Laffy baby.
Laffy baby.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, let me address the topic, man. I'm not sure if everyone's know that the country called Niger, which is part of the AES, right? That country's uranium has been controlled by the French for over 50 years. I don't know the exact date, but over 50 years. And if you are the history of Africa, you can go back and see the kind of relationship they have with France as it relates to their resource, the main resource, which is the uranium. How France is able to exploit the uranium to build France, and Niger is looking the way it look. I'm not going to accuse French for being the problem 100%. We're going to have to hold our people accountable over there in Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali too. We have to do that. But France is the only country, or the only colonial country that has refused to leave the Africans alone, especially the Francophone Africans. My Anglophone brothers, I'm happy that you're here. You can turn your finger at us, trying to make fun of us, but Francophone Africa has produced the most revolutionaries in Africa more than Anglophone. It's a fact. You know? So the idea that we are French puppet and so on and so forth, forgetting the role that you played and the role that you didn't play for the emancipation of Africa is ludicrous. Everybody has to look in their own home, man. Let's not point the finger at one
But
another.
Saint James, Saint
Kidola,
James,
I like you as a brother. I've been on panel with you as a brother, Kidola. I like you. But the idea that most of the people that are kind of destroying like Nigeria come from outside, I don't believe that, sir. Let's stop this narrative that these people are coming from Niger, they're coming from other places. Look at in your own home. Nigeria is fucked up just by itself. Let's be honest, man. It's not the outsiders. The same can be said for my country. I'm not gonna point the finger at outsiders. But you have to look in your own home and see for yourself that Nigeria is not up to par. Don't sit here and accuse Niger of trying to disrupt freaking Nigeria. Niger doesn't need that. Niger has other problems that is tackling right now, and anybody who's not on that freaking mindset is kind of lost right now. To me, AES is doing what it's doing. You don't have to support it, but I believe the people on the ground, they respect it, they know where we're going, and we're happy with that. I would like for you to come here and tell me Nigeria is on the right path. I would like to hear that. I would like to hear any Africans coming on here and telling me that this country is on the right path. So don't sit here and look at our situation and trying to criticize it and tell us what we need or what we don't need. Whereby when the people on the ground are telling you everything is going towards the heading to the right directions. I'm not gonna take your BS because I know in your fucking country nothing is working. Don't sit here and lie to me. Don't make it seem like AES has bigger problem than your country. Your country has fucking problem that you can't solve for fucking decades. Boko Haram has been taking young women, raping them, marrying them. Bro, we've been over there in the Sahel watching you like, fuck. Don't sit here and pretend that your problem is not bigger than the AES, man. Are you kidding me, Kidola? Are you fucking kidding me? Because we don't want to talk to you that way. You think we don't know the facts? Ain't nobody in Burkina Faso or Mali is going to Nigeria trying to disrupt you. We don't got that kind of time. Ain't no Tuareg in Burkina Faso. We got other situations. The Tuaregs are not there. They're in Niger and Mali. Those are the ones that have that kind of situation. Burkina is different. We're fighting a different beast, man. You guys are fighting something different. If you want to come together to fix that shit, we open. But don't point the fingers at the country, man. We past this. 2026, man. Wake up and drink the Kool-Aid, man. And Cuddy, I would like for you to, like, there's a lot of people on here, right? They believe Traore is a dictator. I have been trying to talk to them. Even if you look at the political party, right?
Like I told you, these are American cousins. You can't convince
No,
no Americans.
I get it.
They enslaved. We've been bred in America. We've been bred a certain way.
Right.
So we're in the slave mentality. So they
If
don't
you are
know. They
right,
don't know the difference. If whatever
if
white supremacy say, man, black Americans, they gonna believe everything that white supremacy say.
have you ever seen a group of people being oppressed, and building their country for free and penny on a dollar? Have you ever seen that? Nobody's forcing them to work. They're going there to work for the country for penny on the dollar. And somebody's in the West is going to sit here and tell you that the people are oppressed there. I don't believe that. You can watch video after video showing people contributing to the progress in Burkina Faso with their own money. Some people don't even have anything. They are contributing because of the leadership of this guy. We haven't seen this. We haven't seen this before. So the idea that these people are oppressed, I'm not going to accept that. The people, the actions of the people says otherwise. Why don't you respect that? These are actions that you can look into. It's not word, it's actions.
They mental slaves, St. James.
The most road being
whole
built,
time I've been on this panel?
since the history of Burkina Faso, the most road being built in Burkina Faso is under the leadership of Traore. Nobody can deny that. The most projects being accomplished in Burkina Faso, in the history of Burkina Faso, is being done under the leadership of that man. You can't deny that.
St. James, they build electric cars. They're making their own boats and parts and everything.
And then you're gonna sit here and tell me that we not heading somewhere with this leadership? Come on, man. These are actions. These are not words. If you want the videos from the people, we will provide the videos for you. It's being done.
Guys, let me.
tell them about the gold
Can I
reserve.
speak about Muslims, man?
I got
In West Africa, please.
I gotta read this money. JC Inc. Thank you for $1.99 holla. They still practice slavery in Mauritania. They do. Rokoya, go ahead.
Can I speak on Muslims in West Africa? Because this whole thing surrounding Muslims.
I'm passing the mic to Rokoya. Go ahead, Rokoya.
Okay.
But I haven't been on any of those panels for a long time. I've been busy. But greetings from Accra. I just to come in and say something just general because I haven't been on it for a while and I don't know where the conversation is going. But the gentleman who just spoke, right on. I'm going to just say this in general. And a lot of Africans just basically are either misinformed, ill-informed, or simply ignorant. They just basically, and this goes as high up to the establishment. They all just like to spew the establishment information. They don't do their own research. They'll come up and say, well, this is a dictatorship. Why don't they go for democracy and all that stuff? Look to one democratic elected African country, including the one I'm sitting in right now in Ghana, where there's been progress. Look, I think democracy as practiced in Africa is just a ruse to validate thievery, corruption, stealing, hiding money in the West, and all that stuff. Democracy, if you weigh the benefits that have gone to the people based on democratic principles, Africans are doing very bad. So, look, China does not have democracy. They have their own developed based on their culture, some kind of authoritarian, strong central government. They're performing. That means that there are different options in this world. Countries can basically govern, self-govern. We don't always just have to keep on spewing this. One of my biggest pet peeves is hearing people in the African context, who are the elites, those who think they've been to school, they have degrees, they love the razzmatazz from Harvard, from whatever, Columbia, they come back and they're spewing all these models of how to. Yes, doesn't work. And I'll tell you the reason why. One, these types of projections do not take into account the cultural basis, the economic basis, and also the level of information that our people have had access to. It's only in the last 10, 15 years when we've had the internet, social media opening up Africans to real worldviews along everything has been spanned. So how can you really allow people, and I'm using the word allow just because I can't think of the right word, people who don't have a full deck of information go to the poll to elect what? To elect people who come once in every 4 years to come and give them t-shirts, give them pack of Gary and sugar. Serious? Whoever was saying that this dictatorship does not understand Africa. And I've been here for the last 3 years. I'm running a company not only here, I'm in Kenya. I mean, I don't want to say Burkina Faso yet, but we are working with the reality of the ground is these African countries must take up more of a revolutionary state to be able to move forward. I just watched a video that was put together by someone in the development scope, and she was looking at the African countries are truly economically independent. Truly, these countries, there's only 10 countries who have some form of independence within their economy. Thankfully, Nigeria made the cut, so I feel happy about that. But the country that has the most independent economy is, you guys won't believe it, this is Eritrea, where the whole world, based on Western propaganda, has demonized this country. Siwerki is loved by his people. They swarm around him just like they do in Burkina Faso. And they have tried to get rid of this guy forever. It's the only African country is running on its self funding projects. It has no NGOs in that. The people are truly men of honor and women of honor in that country. We want to be in our African country, collect IMF loans, send them off to the next generation. Sick and tired of all these so-called learned Africans who can't be truly learned because they're just slaves. They're just mental slaves. They're too afraid to step out. And don't talk about the francophones or the anglophones because we're all just full of it. Thank you.
Dennis, can I reply St. James?
Go ahead.
St. James, what's up, my brother? Good hearing from you, my bro. When I
let's
said
start with Dola.
when I said that what destabilized Nigeria, I didn't say they came themselves. I said Nigeria politicians, the Northerners, to destabilize Jonathan government, the way to brought these jihadists from Guinea, Mali, Niger. You know, when you know that some of these leaders at that time, Jonathan was the government, they didn't really like it like that because they were not getting the cut. They brought them in, but they could not take them back where they were coming from. Boko Haram was not, when Boko Haram was formed, was not for attack. It was just for a protest and everything. These guys didn't know how to shoot no guns. They didn't know how to do nothing. That's where they went far to break some of these Fulani from all these areas to come and do some serious damage to the northern part of Nigeria, to make Nigeria look ungovernable. That's when the French came in, you know, because it was already, because they did it themselves, you know. And
Boko Haram means the youth.
No, Boko Haram was not be formed. Boko Haram mean, because of this, their leaders were so corrupt.
Say what it mean, Boko Haram. It mean the youth.
No, Boko Haram mean Western culture. Western education is bad for them. That was the meaning of Boko Haram. You know, that was the meaning of Boko Haram. It was these boys that they brought from Mali, from Guinea. We see them, they were speaking French. They have wigs in their head. You know, they don't speak English. They taught Boko Haram how to be very, very aggressive, what they have to do. You know, but they could have bring these boys back where they brought them from. This boy refused to go back. The youth now become a racketeer now, money making. You know, I'm not saying somebody, you know, Nigeria disturbed. Look, yes, Nigeria is a very corrupt society. That's why we are where we are today. If you cannot control what is in your border and you cannot defeat any criminal that's in your country within a day, that means you also involve into it as a leader. That will see today in Nigeria. Buhari caused us a very big damage. Because he brought them. He and his proteges. So what you see now, I didn't say somebody caused our problem, but these leaders that were in Niger, they were seeing it. They were giving the same passage to come in. You know, so I didn't blame nobody for Nigeria problem. I have Nigeria themselves to blame about it. Because they use their hand to cause this mess. You know, now we don't even know who's doing Nigeria.
Kidola,
we have everything of them there.
Kidola,
Yeah, bro. Go on, my
in
brother.
my country, right? When our former president, you remember Blaise Compaoré? He was he played a key role in destabilizing our neighbors, right? Mali, right? Baz, you can see exactly where Mali and Burkina Faso is right now. We are together as an alliance because the people within those nations, we understand the politics back in the day was a built for us, right? It was built for something else, but the people understood when we made the move to Mali and Mali understood that we are serious about it. We created an alliance. What I want for the Nigerians, right? The past, we learn from it. I just don't want Africans to always say, hey, yeah, my problem came from. I get your point, to Kidola, but as the AES, we move past that. Also, if you look at Niger, the former president of Niger, guess what? Some of his people were destabilizing Burkina Faso. When Traore came to power, Traore trying to link up with him so we can fight the terrorists. Send them letters, send them people so we can negotiate how we can work together. The guy never responded, but they knew what he was doing. That's why he got toppled. And the people of Niger, they don't speak on, we don't speak on like, oh, some of our attackers come from Mali, they come from Niger. We don't speak on those things. We look at those people as our enemies. That's it. We don't put titles, we don't put names, we don't put anything because we understand the minute we start speaking about the ethnic group of these people, we're gonna be further divided. Let's label these people as terrorists and go after them. That's it.
Because
I want Nigerians to do it.
James, it's the dope fiends. It's dope
I get
fiends.
it. Right. So I want Nigeria to do about the same. Let's I know yesterday my president, your president, they were not perfect. We got that. But West Africa as it stands right now is going through a tough situation. And if we don't get it together, some countries are gonna lose. And my country, we're not losing because we are putting a good front. If it wasn't there, I guarantee you some country would have felt the pressure of these terrorists. They were getting ready to go somewhere else. I'm not going to mention the country. Thanks to Traore, when he got there, he prevented that from happening. I guarantee you.
Nah, it's this the AES, the new alliance. They all donated 5,000 special forces troops. So they all control the border. Man, they foiled the plot before they can even get to the airport.
The situation that happened in Niger, they were trying to test because the forces that we just created, they are not far from the airport in Niger.
Yeah,
they're trying to test them. They were trying to test. They were trying to test They were trying to test them.
Yeah,
and it didn't work out. So those people were talking about the French. There was a French body lying in there. I don't know if you saw the video. There was a French guy lying on the ground that got killed. He was part of the troop that tried to attack the airport. So the idea that the French are not there, okay, we have a French soldier lying on the ground.
Yep.
Explain that to me. Is he a mercenary? Is he a trainer? Is he what was he doing there? He's not African.
Hey, St. James, they got French and American mercenaries locked up right now. That's why that's really the reason the delegation is coming here to Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, because they got people in jail. They trying to get these troops out of jail.
Right. Chani always said the instructor are not African. They are Europeans and whatever else. Chani said that. Those people training these terrorists in the Sahel, they're not from Africa. So him pointing the finger at
Guys,
France, I don't know what kind of evidence he has. He's the leader of that country. So he has the intel to speak on
guys,
that. But I'm just saying, we've been knowing that most of the instructor are not from Africa. Some of them come from Ukraine. If you look at last year, there was an attack in Mali that happened between the border in Algeria.
I'm waiting to see the Nigerian government lock up people too.
Those people were Ukrainian instructor that helped these terrorists attack Mali forces, and it's there. So the idea that Africa, so that AES cannot point out to other external forces is ludicrous. It's there. Everybody
I'm waiting
knows
to
it.
see Nigeria lock up soldiers too.
Those guys who attack the Sahel, they don't know how to fly a drone. Who is teaching them how to fly a drone?
Yep.
Who is teaching them the new technologies? It's not. Some people has to do that for them.
Yep. They being trained by American France, CIA, all them folk, man. They here. St. James ain't a secret.
I'm waiting to see.
It ain't.
I'm waiting to see Nigeria lock up foreign soldiers too.
They not gonna do it. Nigeria, man. Nigeria been sold out. I don't care how many Nigerians get on here and talk. Them folk, they country sold. The oil companies have destroyed the environment in Nigeria. That's why they got to import everything. They just got McDonald's, KFC. They live in fancy like Americans and Europeans. So a lot of them is comfortable, but then the ones that's not living comfortable eating McDonald's, they living in the squalor, in the slums. So the Nigerians, even though they love to talk, they can't even really talk, and they making all that money, but they don't want to go home. You know, Nigeria,
I'll
they
tell
been
you
so
one thing about Nigeria, right?
Yeah, it's
The
over for
gentleman
Nigeria.
who was speaking, the gentleman who spoke earlier about the northern elites bringing in all these foreign people to come in and mess up Nigeria. The basically that's the modus operandi of Nigerian elites. They all do that. You know, they always point fingers at the north, but in the south, they bring mercenaries to come and fight the oil companies and steal oil and stuff. The Nigerian elites are so corrupt. It's so wealthy, but the money doesn't go to the people. I don't understand why Nigerians
No, they living in mansions in Houston.
As intelligent
we know
as
where
they
they at.
are, as aggressive as they are, they're not putting up a fight. What they want to do is fight to get to the top so they can steal the money. That's basically what it is. If a Nigerian is complaining, it's just waiting for his turn. Because everybody goes out there and the Southerners are grabbing for the South, the Northerners, and the Europeans. I really, really think Nigerians, those who have the heart and the Pan-African spirit, need to sit down and figure out how do we make this country work, because everybody in Africa is waiting for Nigeria to get their act together, and then we will all just cling on to this massive thing. But
ain't nobody waiting on Nigeria. Nigeria better follow suit of the AES before
All
they
right,
get a
can I say something? Can I say something? Because y'all been talking forever, man.
Fact, Cuddy.
Facts. I'm just speaking facts. The AES is the most powerful military force on the continent right now. Nigeria can't no country see the AES right now.
Granted, Cuddy.
What's up, Dolphin? You still here? Talk to me.
Bro. First of all, did I disrespect you?
Yes, you did.
How I disrespected you?
Well, I didn't let you get a chance to, but you was going to when you said something about coming to America, get my teeth fixed. Come on, bro.
All right.
Let's get to the point. Make your point, bro.
Bro, all I'm asking y'all, man. Y'all punching down on Nigeria, right? Okay, Nigeria might got the biggest population, but I want to know, when are these 3 AES states going to open up full war against the North. When are y'all gonna do that?
What? He already
For
at
what?
war with the North. I told you Algeria. Where's Algeria at? Dumb. Where's Algeria at? That's in the north of Africa. That's where the so-called dope fiend terrorists are coming from that speak French. These people talking about Guinea and all these other countries, they coming from Algeria, bruh.
So you telling me y'all done declared war with
We got the
Algeria?
information. You late. We know where they coming from. We know they dope fiends, and we know they getting paid and
Yo,
trained
bro,
by
Algeria
American
destroyed one of our drones not so long ago. Not so long ago, Algeria destroyed one of our drones. So we're at war against Algeria.
Mali shot down one of their
Okay.
drones.
Okay, so
the information y'all get, man, the information that y'all got about the AES, but it's all the way twisted and all the way wrong. I'm telling you, the rest of Africa is trying to follow suit of the AES. Why you think all of Africa is following what AES is trying to do? Because they know the population, the youth, Boko Haram, the youth is standing up. It don't matter if you Muslim, Christian.
All right, Donis, let me say something before I drop off, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you keep muting me, man. You know what I'm saying? You let these dudes.
Hold on, I didn't meet you. Go ahead, man. I didn't meet you.
Listen, man, because these dudes are living revisionist history, man. They talking about they opened up a war against people that already conquered them, man.
They not.
So
what
exactly?
Where are you getting this information?
No, hold on. How did y'all become Traorés, man? Because Traoré ain't the first Traoré. He ain't the first Traoré, man. He ain't the first Ibrahim, man. He ain't the first.
Yo, brother, I can speak to that. Let me speak to that.
No.
I know the history.
I'm not trying
Let
to
me
get
speak
caught.
to that.
Okay, I'm not trying to get. Listen. I'm not against y'all,
Yo, brother,
man.
let me speak to that.
Hold on, no.
Let me speak to that.
Let me finish, because I'm gonna drop off, man. Because I'm not with this. I'm not with y'all bullshit, man. Because this is a black American dude. This is a black American dude that they out here pounding and grinding in black America, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not with this bull crap, man. I'm not with this fake off.
But I'm a Burkinabe. I am a Burkinabe, so I can speak to what you're saying.
Let me finish before I drop off. Man. The only thing I'm trying to say is, man. If these people done took a quarter, maybe a third of your continent, when are you going to open a full-scale war against them when they are the ones that already got you calling yourselves Ibrahims and Traorés and already got y'all enslaved already, man? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, brother, you're right for the Ibrahim.
Man. You working backwards.
You're right for the Ibrahim. You're right for the Ibrahim, but you're wrong for the Traore. Traore is this last name, okay? Us West Africans only lost our first names. Our last names remain intact. So that's why I wanted to correct you on this, okay? Y'all Black Americans lost both first name and last names. In our case, we only lost our first names. We still have our last names. So you're wrong for the Traore.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing with the wars, man. First of all, I'm an African that was born in America, man. You can't listen. Let me tell you something, man. You ain't got no more claim over Africa than me, man. I don't care how long you been there, bro.
Bro, nobody said anything about that.
All right.
It's just that you're inaccurate about the first name and last name.
You talking about y'all Black Americans, man. I'm just calling it for what it is, man. Because these Muslims.
No, we're family. Don't worry about that part. We're family.
These Muslims. Hold on. Let me finish. These Muslims and these Arabs, they all up in the black community from the fucking East Coast. Excuse my language. From the East Coast to the West Coast, from down south to up north, man. They all in the black community, man. We know how they do.
Cardi's family.
We know how they manipulate their program, man. First you come, you infiltrate, you get accustomed to the society, you befriend the people, and then all of a sudden in 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, you taking over, man. That's all I want y'all brothers to understand, man. They already took a quarter of the continent, bro.
Okay, brother,
South
you are family.
The whole of the South Africa has already been colonized by white people, man. East Africa has already been colonized by the Arabs and Jews and all that, man. Yo, we boxed
No,
in,
I
man.
hear you.
All we got is a bunch of quote unquote what y'all call it sub-Saharan Africans, man. Yo, we been boxed in, man. Yo, have y'all
Okay, brother.
brothers never heard of Chancellor Williams, man? Cause this what
Yeah,
y'all
brother. One
yo
thing I'll
say
tell you.
brothers on the continent get on the internet and they act like they ain't never heard. They act like they never research history, man. They act like they never,
Okay, brother.
study people that studied history, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, one thing I'll tell you.
The difference between American blacks and American Caribbeans is we know more history than y'all do, man. Y'all don't even study y'all history, man.
Ain't no difference.
Cause if y'all did, y'all would know why y'all was conquered, man.
Ain't no difference.
How do we get in
brother
that?
Shaq Zulu.
Hey, black folks all over the
Yo,
world.
Cardi, let me handle him. Let me handle him, Cardi. The first thing I'll tell you, brother Shaq Zulu, okay? Not just are you family, but Cardi also is family. We are family. We're just one large family, okay? Second thing I wanted to tell you, okay? Cardi, please tell this brother what Ibrahim Traore did when they gave him a budget to build like multiple mosques in the country. Do you remember when they offered him to give him money so that he can build mosques throughout the country?
Saudi Arabia, they wanted to build a bunch of mosques, and he was like, "Man, we got plenty of
Okay,
mosques."
tell him what Ibrahim Traore did. Tell him what Ibrahim Traore did.
We want schools built.
Okay, brother, can I ask you a
Instead of
question?
mosques,
Can I ask you a
right?
question?
Instead of mosques, right?
Simple question. Can I ask you one simple question? Is Ibrahim Traore Muslim first, or is he African first?
He's African
But
first.
he just showed it.
He's African
He just showed
first.
it.
Okay, so why take on that Muslim mantra?
Listen. What?
Why take on that Muslim mantra? Black Americans been trying to throw that
Because
Christian
Muslim
and
come
Muslim
from
mantra
Africa.
off for the
Islam
damn near 30 decades, man.
Dumb. See, you
All
don't know
right,
nothing
man.
about
All right, man. Yo, the same thing
But yo, bro.
Brandon told you, man. The same thing Brandon told you, man. Yo, Cuddy, man. Yo, stop it, man. Stop it. I'm not gonna let you come up here and disproportional, you know what I'm saying? Talk revisionist
Okay,
history,
brother
man.
Shaq
What are you
Zulu.
talking about?
Okay,
Africans
Shaka
did
Zulu.
not start Islam, man. Africans did not start Islam, man.
Who started it then?
Arab named Muhammad.
Islam was a branch of Christian. Islam came off of Islam. Islam was started off of Christianity because Muhammad, the desert dweller, the camel hurler, he was tired of Christianity. He was tired of the Romans. You know what I'm
I have
saying?
to
Putting
drop
the foot
off,
on
guys.
the neck.
I have to drop off. So it was a nice conversation. See you guys soon.
You don't know nothing
I have
about
to drop off.
Christianity or Islam, so I don't even know why I'm arguing with you.
All right. So are you advocating that the whole of Africa become Islam?
No, everybody follow whatever God, long as they believe, long as you a believer. This is what Muslims believe. As long as you
No, all right.
As long as you are not a polytheist or atheist, that's what Islam believes. If you're a polytheist or atheist, you got to get your head chopped.
Bro.
Believe in
all
God.
right. So you Muslim, right? You
Because
Muslim,
Islam
right?
is about spirituality.
You're Muslim,
That's
right?
why the Kaaba
You're Muslim,
in
right?
Mecca is
You're
the
Muslim,
spiritual
right?
center, not the religious center.
You're Muslim, right? You're Muslim,
Yeah,
right?
I'm Muslim. Yeah.
All right, I don't throw off the shackles of Christianity because I'm not subjecting myself to no white man religion, man. Why are you subjecting yourself to some Arab religion, yeah?
Because it's black man religion.
So you are coming on here on Dinah's show and telling the people of America and the people of the world that black people started Islam and advocated for Islamism, man. That's what you're telling me, yeah?
Black people started religion, my guy.
All right, I'm done, man. I'm done, yeah. I'm done. I can't deal with this dude, man. I'm done, yeah.
Bye. Because you lack knowledge.
All right, let me pass the mic to Jay. Go ahead, Jay. Unmute yourself, Jay.
Hey, Dinus.
Peace. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I'm a supporter of democracies, right? And there are different types of democracies. But you have democracies that aren't elections are kind of might be rigged to some degree essentially, and there are terms for this. But I would argue that a democracy, even if it's not perfect or the best form, is better than an authoritarian government. You know what I mean? And it's been proven out in the world we live in today. The democracies of the world are generally the places where they're freer, more economically successful, more innovative, and all that stuff. So even if you look at Africa, there are plenty of people there are countries where people vote, but the vote might not be let's say 100% above board, or there might be some kind of a shenanigans in there or whatever. But those countries are still going to be, generally speaking, more successful than the countries that don't have that option, where the citizens have no choice. Now, the thing is with Traore, right? I'm wishing the brother
But
all the best.
countries
I'm
that
wishing.
have democracy that are doing better, I'd like you to list a couple of them.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Let me say about Traore first, and I'll come back to that. With
Thank
Traore,
you.
I'm wishing him all the best, right? I'm wishing Burkina Faso all the best. But what I'm saying is that we've seen this before. We've seen military leaders take over countries and do similar things, right?
You
Now,
ain't
I'm
seen this
not
before.
saying that, huh?
You ain't never seen this before. You ain't never seen 3 African countries come together and form a military. When? Name it
Okay,
in history.
I would have to
Ever.
look at that, but I can't really say
Please do.
that
Please do.
particular link. But I can say that you've seen coups before where military leaders take over. They come out dressed in military garb all the time, and they do similar things. And we've seen the outcome of this globally. You can look at Chavez. You could look at Castro. You could look at Zimbabwe with Mugabe them. You can look at Eastern Africa, you can look all over. And so this thing has happened before. And generally speaking, the outcome is not good in the long term. Now, I'm not saying that because South Korea started out as a military. The military took over, but then they did things to kind of merge it into the democratic system that they have now, and we know that South Korea is economically strong.
They
You're
got the
buying their cars.
American system. I lived in Seoul, South Korea. Annyeonghaseyo, come samnida. Come on, my brother. You can't tell me no history about Korea.
Okay, I've been over there too. And so you know that if you go there, you see
American.
Yeah,
American system.
it feels very American. Yes, I agree
It
with that.
is. Just like Japan. It is.
Yeah, but
I grew up
Japan
around the
feels
military, my brother.
right.
It is.
But Japan feels less American than even here. But the point of the matter is, I'm not even arguing of what system you take, because I really don't care per se whether the system is this system or that system. Does the system work? That's what I care about. Is the system competitive with what's happening in the world globally? Does the system provide for the people good health care, good roads, good infrastructure, good schools? So I really don't care about the rest of the stuff, because even in America, yeah, a lot of people adopted our system, but in a lot of ways, we're also failing in upholding the standards of our own system here.
Yep.
Right. But
Yep.
these places are places that, you know, they have good roads, they have good infrastructure, generally speaking, good education, this type of stuff, and they're selling products globally. We're buying their products, we're watching their TVs, we're using their refrigerators, we're whatever, right? Same thing with Japan.
And now
Same
you
thing with
watching them
America.
back up from America, right? You watching them back up.
Actually, America is backing up from them.
No,
it's not
hell
the other
no.
way around.
Why Trump going all over the world trying to cut a deal?
No, we already had deals with all these places.
You got to pay attention.
Brother, we already had deals with all these places. If you were in the military, you already know we had deals with them. That's why you were there in Korea, because they got bases there. So we already had deals
at that time. Now those deals have expired. Deals expire. You got to re-sign.
Who caused the deal to expire? Who caused the deal to expire? Did they say, hey, we don't want this deal no more? No, we are the ones that are saying we don't want this deal no more.
But we are not the ones cutting the deals. We are just the slaves, my brother. You
How are we
can't
gonna be the
say we.
slaves as the most powerful country in the world? Help me out.
We ain't no slaves, Cuddy,
What
man.
you
Cut that
mean?
shit out, man. We ain't no slaves, man.
We're
Cut
in
that
their
shit out, man.
country. We're in their country. Our base is in their country. They don't have a base in our country. How are we the slave?
No, I'm talking about as coming from America. If you know, in the American system is a slave system. If you don't got
How
a
is
strong
a
slave
slave? A
system,
slave does not get
democracy don't
paid.
work.
Yo, Cuddy,
A
cut
slave
that
does
shit
not
out,
get
man.
Democracy don't
paid.
work. Democracy was built on
A
slavery.
slave does not get paid.
Listen. Let me tell y'all something. Nobody's arguing for democracy, man. But you gotta cut out that slave. No. I
Oh
understand
man,
you,
you the
J.A.
biggest slave talking.
I understand.
You
I
don't even
understand
you
what you're
talking about
saying,
all
J.A.
history this, history that, and you don't even know
No.
history, Shaka
I'm not.
Zulu. So don't
Cuddy.
even
I'm
talk
not.
because
Cuddy.
you in
Hold
the slave
on, bro.
mentality, bro.
Hold on, bro. Yo,
You got the
that's
slave
the first
mentality.
talking point. That's the
You
first
worried
talking
about
point y'all gotta
Arabs,
say,
and
man.
you got white supremacy
Because,
got you in a headlock going to punch a clock every day. Don't you
I
drive
got
buses or something? Don't you drive
Cuddy.
buses or trains? You are part of the plantation.
Yeah. I'm glad you remember, man. I drive trains, bro.
Yeah, you are part of the
Bro.
plantation.
But hold
Good work, my
on.
brother. Good job. Good job.
Cuddy. Hold on, man. What I'm trying to
I
tell
used to
you
be a
is
slave too. I used to be a slave too.
trying to tell you is first point I gotta make, man. There's many black Americans, foundational black Americans, African Americans, whatever you want to call it, that died in that soul, you know what I'm saying, in Korea to motherfucking, excuse my language, to make sure that them Koreans got the way of life that they got.
Soldier slave. Taught them how to fry the best chicken. Taught them how to fry the best chicken. Soldier slaves. Next.
All right, but what I'm talking about is, man, warriors fight where they at, man.
Yep.
They fight where they at, and they fight
Real
with the
warriors.
best ability.
Real warriors.
Okay, I'm not taking nothing from you, man. I'm just asking you. Cause while we over here battling with the cracker, the white man that you so
ain't
quote
battling with no
unquote.
cracker. You ain't
All right,
battling.
whatever you want to call it, man. All right.
You trying to pick which side you want to be on. Black America ain't battling no white folks.
All right,
Black America don't want no battle.
Listen. I understand.
They don't want no battle.
I understand we're not doing nothing over here.
Nothing but talking. Nothing but talking.
All right, we talking.
That's all black folks in America can do is this. Ain't no
bro.
action. That's all black folks in America do is this. Ain't no action.
All right. Ain't no action. We ain't doing nothing, man. We ain't doing nothing, man.
Come on, bro. Let's be for real.
We not doing nothing, man. But
You
when
not.
y'all go, but all I'm asking you,
what?
And Terrori and AES,
when y'all gonna somebody like this in Black America? Woo,
when y'all gonna take back? When y'all gonna take back Algeria, Libya, Morocco, Mauritania, and all them other northern
don't gotta take
African
them back.
countries,
Them folk been there. Them folk been there.
Oh, okay.
Them are little cousins.
Diners.
Those are little cousins.
You see?
Can't do nothing about them. So Shaka Zulu, get that out your thinking,
yeah.
Diners, are you serious, man? With this dude here, man? They are cousins? Mauritania, Algeria, those are cousins? Libya?
Nah, not my cousins.
All right, man. All right, that's all I got to say.
You don't have to accept it. I'm just telling you what it is.
Jay, man. Yo, finish up, man. Finish up, Jay.
I'm just speaking facts. You don't gotta accept it. I'm just speaking facts. That's North Africa. We turned the Arab from an Arab to a Muslim.
You're like Dr. Amos Wilson said, man. Expediency, man. Expediency is what made you turn Muslim, man. Expediency, man.
Shut up. Can't even spell expediency.
Well, let me just say this.
Expediency. Yo, can I finish spelling expediency, man?
Look at you.
I want to say
Old
something.
dummy.
That
This dude, man,
relationship,
yo,
y'all just going back and forth. I wanted to break it down a little bit, because all these, they are cousins, they're not, whatever. The reality is, there's been a long relationship and a long association between Black Africa and its northern neighbors. It has not always
Yeah.
been jihad and all that. And I want to share something with you guys.
no, sis, you wrong, sis, you
Shaka
wrong.
Zulu, shut up. Shut up. Let her
Let
talk. You
me give
wrong.
you
But
a
you
piece
wrong
of
though.
information. Look, every year, I don't know if you guys know this, every year when the Ashanti the current king and all Ashanti kings before them, every year when they have their Kwesi die, which is their I guess the word you could use would be their festival in which all subject kings and all subject people who are in relationship with the king come and pay their respect to the king, come all the way. The Tuaregs come, people from the Berbers come, people that the Shantis have been dealing with for over 500 years. But they have relationships of tribute, payment. They come all the way from Morocco, Western Sahara. The Africans and these Northern African Berbers have been traded. Sometimes the relationship is diplomatic. Sometimes it is conquered people. They marry their wives to keep the peace. They do transactional marriages and stuff. It's not as old as Africa. Let's not keep on harping on the story of Western propaganda, always trying to pit Black African against
Okay,
the Northern African.
sister, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask you a question? So
I'm listening.
you saying the North Africa is our is African is the Black Africans allies?
Saying that these relationships have existed before
No.
colonialism and
I'm not talking about the relationships, man. Because the relationships was based on the relationships
yes,
was based on being conquered. The relationships was based on being
no,
conquered.
not
I'm
always.
asking you.
Not, sir, you are misinformed. You are terribly
Jesus
misinformed. The
Christ, man.
relationships
Yo,
are not all.
Dinus, you see where we at,
Sis,
Dinus?
what we need
Dinus,
to
you
be
see where
asking
we at?
Shaka Zulu is when they gonna take America from Donald Trump now. When they gonna kick the Democrats and Republicans out.
Information
Yo,
right
When
Donald
now.
y'all
Trump
gonna
is
do that?
doing us a good
Shaka
service, man.
Zulu.
Keep Donald Trump out your mouth, man. Keep Donald
You
Trump
scared,
out
you
your
scared,
mouth,
hey,
bro.
you scared of them white boys. Yeah, you scared of them white boys, ain't you?
That's why you're not in
Mr.
America, right? That's
Mr.
why you're not in
Zulu,
Yeah,
America, right?
yep.
you don't want to hear something. I'm about to be quiet
From
because
you
you
selling me out
No,
to
no,
the
no,
white
but
boys.
forget Cuddy. So all them wars that Egypt Kemet fought against the Asians time and time again. Let them in. They corrupted
get
the
real
society. No, hold
and
on. Let me finish, man. Because this is documented history, man. Let me finish. This is documented history. Let me
Hey,
finish.
since you
Hold
such
on.
a
Let me
history
finish.
major, if you such a
Can I
history
finish?
major,
I'm not
who
a history major. But I read a couple of things, man. So you telling me
well, you been taught wrong.
you telling me when King Namor Menes you telling me when Menes united the Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt and conquered those Asians that was on the coast and fought a battle with them and succumbed them, and then he expelled
listen.
them, and then
You
he
you
and then the
can I
next kingdom.
respect what you
Let me
say?
finish.
It's irrelevant. It is
Let
totally
me finish.
irrelevant. What you're
Just,
saying is
just let
irrelevant.
me
I don't
finish.
know that.
Let me finish. Cause history is a telling thing, man. Like my grandmother used to tell, like my grandmother used to say, man, time will tell, man. But all right. So all right, so King Many. All right, hold on, let me finish, man.
You can't even say the people name right, man. You don't know no history. Shut up.
So that's not his name. King Namor, that's not his
You can't
name.
even say his name right.
That's not his
Shut
name.
up.
Okay, all right.
You don't even deserve to talk, bro.
So he expelled these Asians, right? and these Asians came back. You know what I'm saying? He gave them a little tolerance, and then they started to encamp around the coast or whatever, and they eventually, you know what I'm saying, gained power, and they had to fight a war to kick them out again. You know what I'm saying? And they won that war, and then they
which
had to
Asians
fight
was these? Which Asians? Japanese, Chinese, Koreans? Which
No,
one?
no. They was the Assyrians, the
You're talking
Hyksos,
about
Assyrians, the
see,
Hyksos,
Boy, shut
all the way,
up, man.
all the way down,
You
to the
don't boy, you
Persians.
build a box of rocks. Hey, Donnie.
Okay,
Hey, Donnie, you
so
gonna really
how
let this
did?
man come on here and paint a false narrative? Talking about
Okay,
history?
No, you got no. It's okay. You know, I'm
Okay,
listening to dialogue
brother,
between both of you guys.
brother. How did Egypt become conquered, man? How did Egypt become conquered by the Greeks? How
you
was
know,
Egypt conquered first? How did Egypt?
okay, listen,
So Taharka in 600
but you still learn.
in 600 something BC, when Shabakatah opened up war against the fake king that was sitting on Lower Egypt. Was he not a member of the Syrian Empire, man?
But they was black too.
Oh my God, yo! Oh my God, yo! So first
You don't know nothing about black
Shabakatah.
history, bro. It's
So
black.
first
Hey,
Shabbat,
look. Who you think built all these temples?
no, let me
Who you
finish,
think
man.
built all
Let
these
me finish
temples
since I don't know nothing, man.
and all
Let
these
me
ancient
finish, yo.
sites all over the
Let
world,
me
bro?
finish, man. Let me finish, man.
Oh, I
We
forgot. You
talking
not
about
you
we
not part of
talking.
the people of the book.
Let
I
me
forgot.
finish, yo.
Yeah, you
Let
not
me
part of the
finish,
people
man.
of the book.
Let me finish. I'm not talking
Why?
about
When
the.
you
I'm not
lying?
talking. I'm not
Why? When
talking
you
about
lying?
the.
You
Hold on,
not
let me
part of the
finish.
people of the
I'm
book.
not talking about. I'm not talking
Nah,
about
you a
the
op.
3,000, 4,000. I'm not talking about the
Yeah, you
3,000,
not part of the
4,000
people of
years.
the book.
Hold on, man.
Nah,
I don't care about you. I don't
you
care
don't
about
deserve to
your
talk.
bro. I don't care about your
You trying to
Christian book
paint our
or your
history white.
Islam book, man. I
You
don't care
trying to
about your
paint
Christian book or
my
your Islam book, man.
ancestors' history white. I
I don't care
understand they
about
may
your.
have been mixed a
All
little
right,
bit,
let me talk.
but
Let me
no,
talk
not
real
white.
history. Let me talk
No,
real history like Dr. Ben. Let me talk real
You
history
watch
like
too many
Dr. Ben
movies.
said, man. We ain't talking about damn
You watch too many
biblical
movies.
history, man. That don't exist, man. We like Dr. Clark said. We ain't talking about fictional history, man. We talking about documented history, man. When
Documented where?
Shabakata, listen, when Shabakata and Nico, that was sitting on the upper throne, sitting on the lower throne in Egypt, when he opened up war and called
But
all
you
the
said the
warriors.
Greeks. You said the Greeks, right?
And
You
I'm not
said the Greeks,
talking
right?
about the Greeks, man. I'm talking about the dude from Assyria that was sitting on the lower Egypt throne, man. And Shabakata was so incensed that he had to open a war against the dude, man. And who followed Shabakata? Taharkata, man. That marched into Judah, in Jerusalem, man, and freed the Jews, man. And he was from the kingdom of Nubia, man. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man?
It
Egypt has
wasn't
fought this
Jews. It
battle.
wasn't the Jews. It was
Egypt,
the
the
Hebrews.
chem, the chemist
Remember,
has
in
fought
Hebrew,
this.
day is a new letter.
Chemist has fought
But you
this
don't know that
battle,
though.
bro. So you telling me?
Jews were converts. Hebrews is
Hold on.
original people of
So
the
you
Torah.
telling me? So on this date, the 31st of January 2026, you telling me Dr. Chancellor Williams don't know what he fucking talking about? That's what you telling me, man. Let the world know, man.
If he
Tell
said
him
what
right
you
now, man.
saying, hell no, he
Tell him
don't know
right
what he's
now,
talking
man.
about.
You said, yeah, he don't know what he talking about?
Jews was converts. Hebrews is original people of the Torah, bro.
I'm
Hebrews was black
asking you a
folks, right?
question. I'm asking
So
you a
you telling me
question.
Hebrews was
Dr.
white.
Chancellor Williams.
The
Dr.
Hebrews was white,
Chancellor
huh?
Williams. Dr. Chancellor Williams
So
that
he said the
sojourned.
Hebrews was white.
Dr. Chancellor Williams that sojourned from Sudan all the way to South Africa to do this research. He don't know what he's talking about, right? That's what
So
you're
the
telling me,
Hebrews
man.
was white. So the Hebrews was white.
Bro, I don't care about your biblical philosophy, man. I'm
It
telling
ain't
you
biblical.
real history,
It's
man.
historical fact.
Yo, bro, just admit you a convert, man. And
Documented.
you pushing Islam, man. You ain't gonna push Islam on this channel, and you ain't gonna push Islam on my people, man. We
I didn't say
African, man.
nothing about
We
Islam.
African, yo.
You the
We
one talking about
African. We
Islam.
don't mess with Islam,
You
man.
extremists.
We
See,
don't
this
mess
how
with
extremists
Islam,
talk.
man. We don't mess with Islam, and we don't mess with Christianity. Arabs is our enemy,
So
and the
what you
European
believe
is
in?
our enemy, man.
So what
You
God do
want to
you
pick
pray
sides?
to?
Pick sides, man.
What God do you pray to? If you ain't
I
pushing
pray to the
Islam or Christianity,
I pray to
what
the
God
God
do
of
you pray to?
I pray
You
to the
demon?
God of my ancestors, man. I pray to the God of Shabakata, man. I pray to the God of Tahakata, man.
And
I
who
pray
is
to the
that?
God of Isis. I pray to the God of the God of the
So you worship Baal
Hatshepsut and
and
all that,
Mullah.
man.
So you worship Baal and
I
Mullah,
don't
huh?
pray to your Islam God, man.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
worship the
believe in
Baal and
Allah.
Mullah. Yeah,
I
I knew
don't
you was a
believe in
devil.
Allah, bro. I don't
Yeah,
believe
I
in
knew you
Allah.
was a
I don't
devil.
pray to Allah, man.
Yeah,
I
you
don't pray
devil.
to
You
Allah.
wicked demon.
I don't pray to
Oh,
Allah.
may
So I'm a
God
wicked
bring
demon because
curses
I don't
on
pray
you,
to
you
Allah.
evil demon, you.
I'm a wicked demon because I don't pray to Allah or Jesus Christ. Yo, you just nothing but a convert, man. You just a damn Muslim
Yep.
that just been converted, man. You ain't coming for my head, bro. I'm coming for your head, man. That's
Well,
why you
come on
not
and
in.
get it.
That's why you not in
Come on and
America.
get it.
That's why you not in the United States of America
I got the
fighting for
armor
Black
of God
Americans, man.
on, boy. I'm
Where
God's
you at,
power
man?
tool, boy.
Why you not in the U.S. of A, man?
Because I don't want to be. My
Yeah,
ancestors
because
and
you a
God
coward, man.
brought me to
You
get
was a coward,
blessings.
yo. You was a
Yeah, and
coward, bro.
I'm away from
You was a
iniquity
coward,
people
bro.
like you.
You was a coward, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm not in America no
Come back,
more. Because people like
come back
you,
to,
I would have
come back
stepped
to the
on.
USA.
You would
Come
have
back
been
to the
stepped on
USA.
already. All this
Yo,
talking,
bro. Come back
you
to
would
the
have been stepped
USA.
on.
Come back. Yo, where you from, man? Where you
Yeah,
from, man?
you would have been stepped
Georgia?
on.
South Carolina? Where you from, man? Come
Oh,
drive them Arabs
Charlotte,
out
North
your community,
Carolina.
man. Come
Charlotte,
drive them
North
Arabs.
Carolina, off
All
of
right, so
West
come drive them
Boulevard.
Arabs out of
Yeah.
North Carolina, man.
Where Park
Come
to
drive
be
them
exact.
Arabs out of North Carolina, man.
Yeah.
You got so much gumption, man. You got so much
Yeah.
heart, man. You just
Yeah.
nothing but a coward, man. You run with it. You run where you gotta run at, man. We know about you, boy.
I ran to the front
We know
lines of the
about you.
revolution
We know
where
about you,
real
man.
fighting going on. That's why I
Ain't no
ran
real
to.
fight. But you ain't
Where you at?
fighting, man. You ain't
Where you
fighting
running?
nothing, man. You ain't
You ready
fighting
to
nothing,
run
man.
and go hit that
You
clock?
ain't fighting nothing, man.
Hey,
We
hey,
know about
hey,
people like
don't
you,
be
man.
late to hit that clock, slave boy.
Yeah, let me hit that clock, man. Let me hit
Yeah,
that clock, man.
don't be
Let
late.
me hit that clock.
You know what's
Arab
gonna
slave.
happen.
Did
You
they
know
cut
what's
your
gonna
balls
happen
off
to
yet?
you, boy.
Did they cut your
You late
balls
to
off
hit
yet?
that clock.
You ain't got no balls though, man. They
You
cut
know
your
what's gonna
balls
happen
off,
to
man.
you, boy, if you
They
late
cut
hitting
your
that clock,
balls off,
don't you?
man.
What's gonna happen when you late hitting that clock?
All you doing is watching off
What's
their
gonna
harem, man.
happen
All
when
you
you
doing is
late hitting
watching
that
off their
clock?
harem, man.
How
You
you
a
gonna
real
feel to be a
slave boy.
slave?
You a real slave man, yo. You
How
a
you
real
would
slave
feel?
man, yo. You
How
a
do
real
it
slave
feel?
man, yo.
Come on, tell
Yo,
us.
Cuddy, you a
How do it
sucker,
feel
man.
that to
You a
feel like you
sucker, boy.
possess knowledge
You a
and you just a
sucker, son.
slave?
You a sucker. You ain't even in the
And
you ain't
instead of
in
buying
America,
stocks
man.
and bonds into the
You ain't
bus
in America,
industry,
man. I don't care
you
about no
rather go
stocks or
drive the
bonds, man.
bus.
I don't care about
Boy,
none
you
of
a
that, man.
slave.
I
Shut
don't
up,
care about
boy.
none of that, man. I fight the war
You
where I'm
an
at, man.
immigrant slave at
I'm
that.
battling over here, man.
That's a damn shit. You ain't battling. Shut up.
You over here in Burkina Faso sitting up in
You ain't battling.
sitting up
You
in
ain't
the cut.
battling.
You up in there
You
sitting
ain't
up in the cut.
battling.
Yo, Chori. Cause you a Muslim jihadist too, man. You down with that
Trump.
bullshit too, man. You
Yeah.
a clown, man. You a
You
clown,
a
man.
wicked, you a
You a
wicked
clown, man.
extremist.
So yo, I don't care about your morality, man. I don't care about your morality. You and your morality can go take that Muslim shit and stuff it up your butt, yo.
All
Cause
right.
Muslims is the
We'll do
most
that.
moral. Muslims is the most moral people on the planet, man. Yo, y'all is a
That's why
fake
your
ass
life is
religion,
the
man.
way it
Y'all is
is
a
in
fake.
Campbell.
Yo,
That's
y'all,
why you can't
yo.
cam up.
The only thing worse than a
That's why
Christian.
you can't
Yo,
cam up.
the only
Because
thing
you ain't
worse
got
than a
no
Christian.
God, my boy.
Only thing worse than a Christian is a
You ain't got no
goddamn
God.
fucking Muslim, man. Only thing worse than a Christian is a
Ain't
Muslim, man.
nothing worse than you. You ain't got
Anything
no
Hey,
worse than a
so
God. You a
Christian
check
is a
this out,
Muslim, man.
Satanism.
man. Check this out. The conversation is just degraded. Like,
Yeah, it
yo,
has.
if he a Muslim, I don't care if he Muslim. If if you
That
want
shouldn't
to
matter.
if you want to practice African spirituality, and that's why I'm saying I agree
Nah, but
with
that's
I agree with the freedom of religion that we have in this country, or we should
not ain't no
maintain in this
such
country.
thing, man. But
And what that does, what bro,
That's what you're not understanding, man.
one second. Let me say this. Let me say this because I don't want it to degrade. Because if you disagree with me, that's fine. We don't have to stick on that point because you guys are going back and
J.A.,
forth
we
on a
not
point that doesn't
degrading. We
matter.
not degrading. J.A., we not degrading, man. Ain't no such thing as freedom of religion, man. Right now in China, China damn locking up damn the Uyghur Muslims, man. It's no
I'm
such
saying in
thing.
this,
It's
I'm saying in the United States of America, you have the freedom of religion.
bro, J.A., man. J.A., come on, family. Come
Man, ain't
on.
nobody
Let me
with that.
ask you
Hey,
a
stop trying to
question.
get people to be a part of
Let
your
me ask you a
wickedness,
question.
No.
bro.
All I'm
Because
saying is
Let
what.
somebody
me
ain't
ask you a
So,
agreeing with
question.
you.
Let me ask you a question.
All right.
Let me
I'm on
ask you
here
a
Okay, go ahead.
begging.
question.
Yeah,
Let me
ask me a
ask you a
question.
question.
Yeah.
If you want to practice African spirituality in America, is there any law prohibiting that?
Nah, I'm not worrying about the law, man. Do I have the power? Do I have the power to practice
No,
African spirituality, man?
you
That's what it's
don't
Yes.
all
got the
about, man.
power.
No, I
Yes.
don't, man. No, I don't.
Bro, you have that. Who's
No,
stopping
I
you?
don't, man. Because
Who's stopping you?
in order
He
for me to
worship the
practice
devil, bro.
African, in order for me to practice African spirituality, I have to convert people, right? And the
No,
more,
No, you can
the
just practice. You
the
don't have to convert anybody.
boy, you got to be a
Jesus
slowpoke.
Christ, man. Y'all people are y'all that naive, man?
You got
Are
to be
y'all
a
that
slow. No,
naive?
you
If you
just
want
a
to
slowpoke.
practice, you can
Ain't
you
nobody
and
naive.
you're not the
Are y'all
only
that
one that
naive, man?
practices that. There's
You a
other people that
But
reject.
practice that.
you know what? I'm gonna sit back and relax, man. Cause
Yeah, sit back.
you
Yeah,
know
sit
what,
back.
man.
Fall back.
I hope when
Don't nobody care.
everybody.
Fall back. Fall back.
No.
Let's
I'm
continue
not
the
talking about.
discussion.
No. I'm saying though, man. Cause y'all.
Who's
No,
next to talk?
hold on, man.
Yeah, who's next? Hey,
Hold on.
Giannis, who's next to talk?
No. All right. Let me make this one. Let me make this
Nah,
one
hell
point
nah.
before.
Nah. Hell nah. We don't want to hear that bullshit you talking about. Hell nah.
Cause I'm against what you want to say.
Shut up.
No,
Nah, because you
all I'm
stupid.
saying is, all right,
No, it's because you stupid.
historical fact. Let me ask you, let me tell
Stupid.
you,
Nah.
let me tell you historical fact. Let me tell you
Nah.
historical fact.
I don't. You
Did
don't
the
want to
white
hear.
man,
Hey,
did the
chat.
white
Hey,
man,
chat.
hold on,
Chat. Put the one in the chat if you want to hear.
hold on, slow down.
Chat.
Did the
Somebody
white
talk
man,
next.
did the white man not open up the crusades? Did the white man not open up the crusades to go against Islam?
He did.
Okay. So why these Negroes quoting and caping for Islam like Islam is not gonna come for them, man? Islam done took over damn near a quarter of Africa, man.
More
Yeah,
than
but
that.
what I'm saying is
More than that. Try half.
Islam was the first
Try half.
slavery. Islam was the first slaver of Africa, man. These
Nope.
Muslims don't care about you.
look,
These Muslims. Hold on, family, hold on, man. Because y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand historical context, man.
No,
When
I don't.
Egypt,
Because you paint a false
hold on.
narrative.
Let me
You paint
finish,
a
and
false
I'm
narrative.
gonna drop the mic. I'm gonna drop the mic when I finish, man.
You paint a false narrative. You
When
trying to make your
Egypt,
emotions and your feelings part of history.
see Egypt.
Man,
Hold
nobody
on,
want to hear that.
hold on.
Nah, bro.
When Egypt
Nah, bro.
fell, when
Nah,
Egypt
bro.
fell. Hold on,
Nah, bro.
when
You
Egypt
wasn't
or
there.
Kemet fell,
You wasn't
when
there.
Egypt,
You don't know. You wasn't there. You
when
don't know.
Egypt.
You don't know.
Listen,
You wasn't there.
Yeah,
You ain't
but I
never
can
even
see
been
the
to
shit.
Egypt.
I can see the shit in my neighborhood though. I can see it in my neighborhood.
look,
I can
Shaka,
see,
I'm not caping.
Yeah,
Look,
talk,
I'm
Ja.
not Shaka.
Yeah, let Ja talk.
Shaka, I'm
Ja,
not.
you Jamaican, right?
What does this have? What does this have to do with what we're talking about
All
right
right.
now?
Don't the Lebanese and the Syrians own most of the shops in Jamaica?
That's not
Hey,
true.
bro, why are you
That's
so
not true.
worried
They
about other
own
people?
Yo,
in the
Are
Caribbean.
you that
They
jealous
own
that you can't do something?
in the
Are you
Caribbean.
telling
They
me?
Why don't you own nothing? Why don't you own nothing?
So,
Why can't you
so
take over
now,
something?
Shaka. Let me
so
answer
now,
your question. Let me answer your question. In the
yeah,
Caribbean and other countries, even in Africa, you have Syrians, Lebanese, stuff like that that own significant
How much
businesses
is significant, yo? What's the
within the
percentage?
country,
What's the percentage?
right?
What's the percentage, yo?
Now,
What's the percentage, man?
well,
It
Because
don't
well,
matter
hold
because
on,
you
hold
don't
on,
own
hold on,
nothing.
hold on, hold
You
on,
my
can't
hold on,
mother's
comprehend
Jamaican,
doing
man.
business.
hold
My
on,
mother's
hold
Jamaican,
You
yo.
can't
on,
even
brother.
Hold
comprehend
up.
doing
My
business.
mother's
Hold on,
Jamaican,
Why
yo.
brother.
you worried about other people and you
Hold
can't
on,
do
brother.
nothing?
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. What I'm saying is,
Because I know how these
I'm a.
people move, yo. I know how
Here's
they
what I'm
move, yo.
saying.
No, you don't, because you
Here's
don't
what
know
I'm
how to
saying.
move.
Here's what I'm
If you knew
saying.
how other
Here's what I'm
people move,
saying.
you would know how to move. But you don't know how to
Here's
move.
what I'm saying. By the
Shut up.
way, in Mexico, Carlos Slim, who was the richest guy at one point in the world, I think, or something like that, but definitely the richest guy, I think, in Latin America, he is of Lebanese descent. And so
Bro,
what
I
I'm
don't care about. I
saying
don't
is,
listen. You
no,
talk.
one
Listen,
second, brother. Let me
indigenous.
brother. 1 second. Let
All
me
right,
answer your question. I'm not
yeah.
going against what you're saying per se. I'm saying that it's a function of the state.
Colonialism.
The state is who gave those people that type of
Who is the
power
state?
within the country.
Who's the state? Who's the
Whoever
state?
the politics of the country, whoever's running the country. Now they have significant resources
What's
within
that?
those
What's that?
countries.
What's that prime minister? What's that prime minister you had? Was Thiago? What's his name, man? What's his
In
name, man? What
Jamaica,
was his
there
name?
was a Lebanese, I think
Come
Siaga, and the other guy.
on, yo, Dinus, yo, stop these dudes before they dig themselves a deeper hole, man. Siago, what is Lebanese prime minister? How the flip you got
But
a
bro,
Lebanese prime
now,
minister in
but this is what I'm. But
a
brother, you see,
95% black country, man?
because the thing is, right? I don't know, man. Like you got to get into the history, man. Like when these people came, for instance. Yeah.
I don't have to study history. All I have to do is observe, man. My father
Hey,
taught me
I got
one
a
thing.
question. I got a question.
My
I got a
father,
question for
my
the panel.
father
A
taught me
question.
one thing,
Hey,
man. All you have to do is observe, man.
when are y'all gonna get y'all money together and take a trip and get y'all access to resources?
Hey guys, let me pass the mic to Gyro. We've got a new caller. Go ahead, Gyro. Unmute yourself.
Hello, Dynast. Good evening. It's pretty late here in Europe. Good evening to all of you guys. Last time I was on Dynast panel, it was a year ago. I think we were talking about the situation in Burkina Faso and in West Africa. And now I see that you guys are making reference again to what happened in Niger and about possible French involvement and all that. Well, so I'm glad that you give me a chance to give my 2 cents. So I'll dive right into it, okay? Sorry, guys, if I interrupt what you guys were talking into about Lebanese and Arabs. But from my opinion, to answer the question straight away, with I don't have any credible source now that can suggest French involvement. I know that the president of Niger said that France, Ivory Coast, which is Cote d'Ivoire, and Benin are responsible for the attack that happened in the airport. But he's the only person who is claiming that. Even the Ministry of Defense of Niger came the following day after the attack, saying that it was terrorist. And basically 2 hours after the president spoke, ISIS came out with a report saying that they were the one who are responsible for the attack, and they are going to continue with more attacks. So this was my 2 cents about that, and if there's any question, I will gladly answer it. Thank you very much, guys.
Anyone to respond? Guys, links in fact, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshe traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, With Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.
All right, go ahead. We're back. All right, links in the chat room if you guys want to call in after the convo. You're more than welcome.
Listen, I just want to say, man, because I don't like to argue with people, man. You know what I'm saying? And I respect you, Dynas. I respect what you're doing. I just don't understand why these brothers is just like on some old like naivety type vibe, man. Because all right, everybody, okay. You got the liberals in America, oh, yeah, racism, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And then you got people from the continent, you know what I'm saying? Because we all African, man. I'm an African that was born in America, man. VIA, the Caribbean or whatever, man. You know, it don't matter, man. You can call me non-FBA, you can call me Tether. It don't matter, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm ingrained in whatever I'm ingrained in, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I've been here. I done paid my dues here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna fight for what's here. You know what I'm saying? If my brothers, my North Carolina brothers rise up, I'm gonna rise up with them, man. If my South Carolina brothers rise up, I'm gonna rise up with them, man. It don't matter, man. We all kinfolk, man. I get down like that, man. I ain't had NAM African American, quote unquote, from down south, West Coast, reject me, man. It was like, yo, all right, come into the flock. When I go down south, I'm country black, man. They ain't got no problem with me, man. They ain't got, because I relate to them on how they relate to me, man. We ain't got no issues, man. But I just can't understand. I just can't understand for the life of me, man. Yeah, we got problems with white folks, man. White folks is our enemy. I ain't got no issue with that, man. I full disclaimer. Yeah, we fighting against white folks, man. But I don't understand why y'all keep giving a pass to these damn Arabs, these damn Asians, man. Chinese ain't your friend. The Japanese ain't your friend. The damn Middle Eastern ain't your friend. They all against us, man. So if we gotta play one enemy, like right now, Trump got an armada about to bomb Iran or whatever, man. I'm like, yo, go Trump, man. Cause you know what? If Trump fails, or if let's say for example, Israel wasn't there, man. Do y'all brothers know? Do y'all brothers know by the fact that Israel has a state between that part of the Middle East that is saving fucking Africa? Because if Israel disappears, man, if Israel disappears, all them dudes gonna flood Africa, man. What you think? You think that? What you think? So,
no,
really?
Actually, if you allow us, we would like to give you a rebuttal, please, about the presence of Israel. Thank you. If you know, because I like history. Okay, so I went back and read about the history of apartheid, and when the ANC really gained power militarily in the 80s, with help of countries like Angola, Cuba, and Congo, not DRC, but the other Congo, the regime of Israel, okay, financed and armed the apartheid regime, the racist regime, for about 15 years. They even help them to gain the nuclear weapon so that they can wipe out black folks. So, and this is just one example. Israel, the state of Israel, basically is not a friend of black folk, or is not there as a buffer. Okay, they serve the interest of the American regime. This we all know, but they're doing a disservice to African.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Problem. The small
That's not
hatch
what I said.
Part of the problem.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said Israel serves America's interests, man.
Man, just say that you a sucker for Master Shaka Zulu. You need to change
Hold
your
on,
name.
family. If
You
you
don't
understood,
deserve.
hold on. Let me explain what I'm saying. Let me explain what I'm saying before you get emotional, man. Let me explain before you get emotional, man. If you analyze that
panel every time and say
you,
the same
if
thing.
you understand, if you
whatever
understand,
smack you got with Arabs, you need to take that up for yourself.
All right, okay, cool. But let me finish though.
Hold on. Let Shaka Zulu finish. We gotta close out. Go ahead, Shaka Zulu.
All right, all I'm saying is, man, you know what I'm saying? Israel is that pinnacle point, you know what I'm saying, between Africa and the Middle East and Africa, man. If Israel fall,
salute panel, salute chat, salute Dinus. Hey, I'll tap in next panel, Dinus. Man, stay doing your thing, bro. Salute to you. I love everything you doing and keep pushing, bro. Love you, bro.
Appreciate you. All right, go ahead, Shaka Zulu. We gotta close out.
All I'm saying is, man, yo, you know what I'm saying? These white folks, they done fought this battle already, man. They ain't liberate themselves from the Arab slavery, you know what I'm saying, for no flipping reason, man. What year was that when they liberated themselves from slavery from the Arabs, man, and they never became slaves no more, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, certain white people, you know what I'm saying, didn't realize that history, and they gonna have to fight that shit again, man, because they don't let a whole bunch of Muslims over here in this country, man. But see, the African is slow. Because the African likes to be beat upon the head over and over again, man. You know what I'm saying? You like Arab slavery, man. Cuddy like Arab slavery, man. He just don't want to be enslaved by white men, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave it at that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll let everybody in the chat, and peace to everybody, man.
All right, for sure. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family, Dinus Amir, search for Haru. Peace.
Danful offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshe traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.